A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Get this and get it straight. Crime is a sucker's road, and those who travel it wind up in the gutter, the prison of the grave. There was a broken body in a quiet house, gunplay on a merry-go-round at midnight, and a boy and a girl in love running away, all because of one man's fine Italian hand.
From the pen of Raymond Chandler, outstanding author of crime fiction, comes his most famous character in The Adventures of Philip Marlowe. Now, with Gerald Moore, starring as Philip Marlowe, we bring you tonight's exciting story, The Fine Italian Hand.
The day just past has been full of jarring contrasts. Laughter hiding heartbreak. A woman dying of loneliness in an overcrowded city. A man who sacrificed everything to make a fortune and shot himself when he got it. The messed up byproducts of our hopped-up civilization. The thought of them stayed in my mind as I drove over the freeway to San Fernando Valley because the job I was on promised no change in the day's pattern of combining things that didn't belong together. When I parked at the corner of Magnolia and Van Nuys Boulevard, I was still trying to reconcile my new client, the owner and operator of a little amusement park for children, with a panicky voice on the phone that had begged me to come at once. It wasn't hard to spot. A heavy-set old man moving among the stampeding merry-go-round stallions and picking crumpled tickets like plums from the fists of laughing kids grabbing for brass rings. We never change, do we? When he saw me, he hopped off.
Nick, take over, please. Take over, Nick. You, Mr. Marlowe, maybe?
That's right, Mr. D'Angelo.
Oh, Mr. Marlowe, come this way to my little office.
All right.
We got to talk right away. No time to waste. Oh, that's a nice little boy. I'm very proud of you. Now, you take your free ride with Nick. I got to talk to some business. Goodbye. Come in, Mr. Marlowe. Please, sit down.
Thanks.
Mr. Marlowe, I'm a very worried man.
Yeah, I know about your son you said on the phone. What sort of trouble is he in, Mr. D'Angelo?
He's a good boy, my Bernardo. He's been to college. He's a veteran from the war with 2 bronze stars and a purple heart. Look, there's his picture in his uniform.
Ah.
He's a good boy.
Sure. Now he's in a jam, is that it?
Yeah. He's in a jam with a gambler. Man named Safran. You know this man?
Yeah, slightly. Frank Safran's a bad boy. Does your son owe him money or what?
No. My boy not throw his money away like that. No. It's about a girl.
Oh. Which way does it go? She's Safran's girl and Bernardo's making a play for her?
That's right. This girl belongs to the gambler, and my boy is taking her out.
Oh, fine.
He won't tell me nothing. I find out just the same. Maybe he's just playing the big shot. And maybe he really loses his heart. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's gone too far. Now, there's a trouble. My boy's going to be killed or he's going to kill somebody. And I don't know what to do.
Well, what makes you think it's gone that far, Mr. D'Angelo? Maybe Safran will just get tough and scare Bernardo off, huh?
Scare off? No, Mr. Marlowe. My boy don't scare off. He's a pretty tough. He's a champion with the Golden Glove.
Really?
Yes. But tonight, there's no help for him. Bernardo come home tonight with his face all beat up. He won't tell his papa nothing. All he says is that the red-faced dog, I'm going to get even, I'm going to kill him. He's just a crazy man. My Bernardo, he won't listen to me. He pushes me away and he go out again.
Red face. Doesn't fit Safran. You sure he was the one who had your son beat up?
Oh, sure, of course. Who else? And just because of this dancer, this Paula, I don't even know her last name.
Paula, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think I can do about this, Mr. D'Angelo? Chase Bernardo down and bring him home?
No, that's no good. My Bernardo, he's too headstrong. No, Mr. Marlowe, I must find out something. I must find out if this girl is using my boy for a plaything or if she's really in love with him.
What difference does that make with Saffron?
Well, if this girl really loves my boy, then I'd do anything to bring them together. Anything. Now, if this is only a game she plays, then...
What does that mean, Pop?
Oh, that means if it goes that way, that's the way it goes.
Uh-huh.
And I know what I got to do. So you find out this for me, please.
Well, I don't know, Pop. It's not the kind of thing I like.
Look, I know I asked you to spy on somebody. Just to find out for me. I can't talk so good. With you, it's not so hard.
I know, Pop, but really...
So please. My boys and mama died, and now Bernardo's all I got left. He's a good boy. He should not get into trouble just for a cheaper game of love. Don't you understand me?
I understood him all right. And from what I knew of Frank Saffron, he had plenty to worry about with a hot-headed son who didn't know when to quit. Or maybe it was Saffron who didn't know when to quit. That thought, plus the $50 in advance, sold me. Mr. D'Angelo gave me a description of the girl he'd seen but once, told me that Bernardo had moved away from home. He didn't know where. That the park closed at 10 and that he'd be there all night, and that was all. My first step was to locate the dancer named Paula. So outside, I fed nickel to a phone until I'd called everything from ballet to burlesque, but got no Paula, which left only Frank Saffron's Easy Money Mill. It was a ranch house, California style, tucked under the hills south of Ventura, on a dead end called Sunburst. After I got the nod at the peekaboo window, I wandered through the bar and past the dice tables, the door at back marked private, and went in. A tuxedoed rock pile with a boiled lobster complexion frowned up at me from the telephone as he talked, and waggled a thick, hairy finger. So I took the hint and waited quietly for him to finish.
Do the whole thing over again. I don't care if it takes you a week. This joint don't soak up no $5,000 shortages. You guys find it. Goodbye. Well, what's on your mind, Toots? I don't seem to remember you being announced.
It isn't a formal call. I'm just looking for an old friend.
We don't have any old friends to spare, Toots.
That figures. Mine's Paula. She's a dancer. I understand that Mr. Saffron knows her quite well. You might tell me where I can get in touch with her, huh?
Oh, so you're a friend of Paula Baker's, huh?
Yeah, that's right. From way back.
Well, that's all, Toots. You're through. Her name's not Baker. That came right out of thin air. Now, what do you really want?
Take it easy, boy. She's just cagey with last names, that's all. She gave us Jones.
Who's that?
The Duncan Department Store, credit section. $300 worth. I got this far in her references, and I want to see Mr. Saffron.
Well, he's not in. I'll take it up with him later. If it's worth his time, you'll hear from us.
Take it easy on yourself, Max. Just tell me where I can find her.
Out that door there. You got the whole city to look in. And take your crummy business.
Okay.
Go on,
Now you're getting pushy. Hey, blushing boy, one thing more. What's your name? I want to get it straight, and I'll tell you about so it wasn't a total loss. I'd managed to keep the back door open long enough to snap off the night latch. And I'd met the red-faced man who no doubt supervised the beating Bernardo had taken earlier. I kicked plenty of noise out of the iron steps going down, and then I crossed the parking lot, leaned back against the wall, and waited. Halfway through, my first cigarette bunker came out, got in his car, and drove away. I watched him out of sight, then slipped back in quietly, located Saffron's 8x12 desk, and started through it. In the top drawer, I found first a letter with the gambler's home address on it. And under that, a picture. One of smiling lovely who's posed in front of a dance studio on Wilshire. She wore Paula's description like a snug pair of slacks, and dance instruction was a field in the fine art of hoofing that I'd overlooked completely. I closed the drawer and started out when I heard someone coming. I jammed my cigarette into the ashtray and ducked back against the door frame as the cleaning woman bustled in.
Smoldering cigarette butt. No wonder this trap don't burn to the ground. Hey, somebody's been in here.
Hold it quiet, baby. Shut up and I'll let you have some air again. Is it a deal? Okay.
Hey, you don't belong here, mister.
Neither do you, beautiful. Let's forget we saw each other, huh?
Look, I'm a trusted employee here.
Silence is golden.
How golden?
$5 worth. And if I hear one peep out of you before I get out of here, I'll come back someday and put glue in your soap bottles. Goodbye, baby. The dance studio studio was pleasantly glossy from its ultra-modernistic facade on Wilshire Boulevard to its far from old-fashioned receptionist inside, who signed me up expressed sympathy over my rusty rumber and assured me that since I'd heard so much about her, I could have Paula, that is, Miss Calvin, while on duty as my instructress, if I'd only be so kind as to step this way. So I stepped this way, into a ballroom with a black burnished floor that looked as deep as the night sky, and after a deft hand signal from the receptionist, Paula Calvin glided toward us. Introductions were made.
How do you do?
And suddenly, the room was filled with the soft beat of a rumba band, and we were off. Rusty or not, it would have been fun. If I hadn't had work to do, that part was tough.
You're doing beautiful, Mr. Marlowe. Just loosen up now and relax, huh?
Yeah, I'll try. I'm glad I drew you as my instructor, Miss Calvin.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie said you were top. Told me to insist on you and accept no substitutes.
Bernie?
Uh-huh. D'Angelo. You remember him, don't you?
Yes. Yes, of course, I remember him.
Nice guy, Bernie. Good kid. Don't you think so?
Keep your feet a little closer together, Mr. Marlowe. Don't be afraid to use your knees.
You know, baby, Bernie's got everything. Looks, brains, even a temper. Just to keep life interesting. Isn't that right, Paula? Guy thinks a lot of you, doesn't he? Hey, I'm talking to you.
I heard you. The next question, I suppose, is how do I feel about him?
Yeah. Now it's your turn to loosen up and relax, baby.
Listen, I resent being checked up on by anybody. When I want Bernie D'Angelo to know how I feel, I'll tell him. And when I want Frank Saffron to know, I'll tell him, too. And if you came here tonight for a Roomba lesson, then I'm old Mother Hubbard.
Okay, Mother Hubbard. I want to find out one thing. Are you in love with Bernie D'Angelo?
That's nobody's business but mine, mister.
You could be real wrong about that, baby.
When it's my mistake, then I'll make it all by myself, huh?
Have you seen Bernie tonight?
No, I haven't. And that's all the conversation you get. You can have the rest of your Roomba if you want it.
No, thanks. I'll see you around, Paula. The next best bet for finding what my client wanted was a talk with Saffron. I stopped and called his gambling client, but he was still out. So I drove up into Coldwater Canyon to number 8100. The first real hint that something was wrong was a curtain, dangling at a crazy angle over one of the lighted windows. Next, it was the front door, standing 6 inches open, and inside, the legs of an overturned table sticking up in the air, and then pieces of a broken lamp littering the floor. That was only the beginning. I nudged the door open and stepped in. It was a mess. I saw his feet first from behind the couch. I only took one glance at his face. Frank Saffron had been literally beaten to death by a pair of very fast, very deadly fists.
Don't move 1 inch, Jocko.
So I take 3 guesses or turn around and look. Bernardo with gun.
Oh, I got it all right. It was his. Automatic, caliber .45, and I'll use it if I have to. Who are you?
Name's Marlowe.
One of Saffron's boys?
You got a real talent for being wrong, haven't you, kid?
Who are you?
A private detective hired by one Ambrosio D'Angelo.
Papa.
Yeah. Because he was worried sick about his boy.
But I told him to stay out of it. I told him it was my business.
And you did a nice, thorough job of handling it. You did this, didn't you?
Yeah. Saffron had it coming to him. I was beat up tonight on his orders. I came here to pay him back, but I didn't intend to kill him.
What'd you stick around for?
I didn't stay
He looks
around.
to me like he's been dead over an hour.
I left, then I got word, and I came back just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. You found out he was dead, huh? Well, I guess I better call
I
the
guess
police.
you better stand still. If you're really working for my old man, if you really want to help him, the best thing you can do is to get out of here and shut up about this until tomorrow morning.
I don't work that way, kid. I'm going to call your old man and the police. And we're going to sit here until they show up.
You won't give me a break.
Not that kind. If you run, you haven't got a chance.
We'll just have to see about that. I'm sorry it turned out this way, but it didn't. I got a lot of things to do. So take your ethics, Marlowe, and sleep on them. Go!
Bernie, don't run. Come back.
In just
just a moment, the second act of Philip Marlowe. But first, with thousands of dollars of wonderful prizes, Sing It Again is fun for the whole family to play. Make a date to listen over most of these CBS stations every Saturday night. Now, with our star, Gerald Moore, we return to the second act of Philip Marlowe and tonight's story, The Fine Italian Hand.
I splashed some water on my face and wobbled over to the telephone that was spilled across the floor near Frank Saffron's broken body. It was too late to do anything more constructive than call my client and, before he heard it from the police, tell him what his boy, Bernardo, had been up to. The kind of job that had given at least an eye tooth to get out of. So when I dialed his number and got no answer, I was glad, even though it didn't quite figure that the elder end would be in. Now there was absolutely nothing to do but call the police or...
Get away from that phone.
But pay attention to a man who just stepped into the room. A man with a red face who also held a gun in hand.
Oh, well, a department store, Dick. That's how he gets around. Or is it just that Frank's last name was Jones, too?
You're overworking a bum joke. Also, I didn't do this.
And who did? And how do you figure in around here and over at the club? Come on, smart guy, let's level. First, who are you? The name?
Marlowe.
And the trade?
Private detective.
Hired by who? Come on, let's not pull teeth. Who are you working for, Marlowe?
Quiet old guy named D'Angelo. Does nothing worse than run a merry-go-round for kids. Mean anything?
Quiet old guy. Yeah, that must be the punk's old man, huh? Which means that the kid, Bernie, must have done this, right?
Yeah, he did it. But only after he got cut up this afternoon by the late Mr. Saffron here, all representative.
That's not me, Rover boy. I never messed in Frank's private life any more than I could help.
Which means what?
I tagged Bernie D'Angelo one night to a flat he has over on Lancashire near Moore Park.
A flat in Lancashire? What number?
I don't know. It's the first house off the corner of Moore Park on the south side. He just moved in. Well, what's the difference, wasn't it? Don't move, Marlowe, or I'll knock you flatter in that handkerchief.
What handkerchief?
That one by the body.
Oh, yeah. With the initials D.A. The apostrophe A is in D'Angelo. That does it. Okay, Buster, put away the house. I'll leave quietly.
For where?
For a crack at that flat in Lancashire near Moore Park, south side.
Why?
So that if the kid's still around, I can stop him without calling the cops. And only rattle him into losing his grip altogether.
Which would mean lots of firepower and the kid sooner or later dead in the gutter. What's wrong with that?
A couple of things. But in particular, what it might do to us.
Yeah, I know. To a nice old guy who runs a merry-go-round for kids. Nuts. So long, sucker. The howitzers lowered. Beat it before I start crying.
Bernie D'Angelo's flat on Lancashire turned out to be second floor rear and all that went with it. From the stout landlady to the very public payphone to the faint line of naked, unfrosted light bulbs. Too weak to disturb the shadows in the corridor. Plus, of course, the unhappy marriage of a half a dozen distinct cooking odors sneaking out of the transoms of as many rooms where cooking was strictly prohibited. Bernie had room 9 at the end of the L-shaped hall. And when I turned and started for his door, I was glad to see yellow light oozing out of the cracks. And to hear a tinny phonograph making not so grand opera. When I knocked, I did it with a barrel of my .38.
Yeah? Who is it?
Connor! You better turn that phonograph down. We can't hear ourselves think out here.
Okay, I'll take care of it. Goodbye.
Not so fast, Junior. Take care of it now. I won't have to come out here again. It'll make me feel nasty. Does that come across?
Yeah, real clearance.
Marlowe. Yeah, Marlowe, get back all the way.
Quit shoving.
Oh.
Quit shoving. What do you want with me?
Conversation for a starter. Turn that thing off. Now, we're going to talk, Bernie.
About what? Not my old man again. That's a waste of time. What's done is done, Marlowe. You know that.
Yeah, and I also know you'll never get any place running.
Unless we try real hard. Don't turn around, Marlowe.
Oh, fine. Madame Lazanga.
Take his gun, Bernie. Throw it over there.
Yeah. If you please, Mr. Connor. How stupid did you think we were, Marlowe? Or have you forgotten all about Paula here?
No, I hadn't forgotten. Just figured she might be on the other side.
Then you figured wrong because there's never been any other side. Never been anybody but Bernie from the moment we met.
Which is why you kept dating Frank Saffron?
Which is exactly why I kept dating Frank Saffron. I didn't want him jealous and gunning for Bernie. I didn't want trouble.
Now that you got it, you don't want to let it go. Is that it?
What do you mean, Marlowe?
Yeah, I mean if you turn yourself in now tonight, there's still a chance you'll get off easy.
Yeah, and a better chance that he won't.
All right. But even then, it'll only be manslaughter, prison for a few years. This way it's got to be worse. Hide and seek from here on out for both of you right up to the end. No matter when that is.
Look, honey, maybe
No
Marlowe...
maybes, Bernie. I don't want you rotting away in jail and me rotting away on the outside because you accidentally killed Frank Saffron. Now, come on, Bernie. Let's get out of here. Put him in this closet here.
Yeah, sure. Hey, look, Marlowe, if you do go back to Pop, tell him I wish it had been different, will you?
Why? So he can eat his heart out a little more? No dice, kid. Shut the door. The sight of you is making me sick.
Okay, fella. Shut it in. And shut it stays.
Best had been swinging wild, hoping that a lucky punch, no matter how low, would connect and jar some sense back into the kid. But it had played differently, and as I started to kick the lock on the closet door, I knew now that Bernie D'Angelo resented me and probably his father along with the rest of the world. It wouldn't give him an even break. All in all, it was the kind of thing that made me mad enough to do the trick.
Well, that's a fine way to treat a house. What's the matter? Handsome or fight over the girl, or don't you like the way the furniture's arranged? Which?
Neither. Before you get too upset about this landlady, I'll cut you in on something. A minute after I get to your phone, every cop in town is going to be looking for your star boarder. Because tonight, Bernie D'Angelo killed a man.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with the stuff you've wrecked. Come on, Handsome, let's settle up. There's one splintered door and a
So, this
smashed
is my lucky
table and
day.
a lot of little pieces that used to be a vase. That broken box over there with them papers in it ain't mine, so it's no charge.
Okay, how much... how much do you want?
How much? Well, 20, 25, 30 with the vase. $30 in all. Well, Hanson, what is it? What you staring at?
Oh, this slip of paper here. Fell out of the box.
You stowed a lot of other papers. Can't hurt you. It's only a receipt. What's the fuss?
Because it is a receipt, Granny, from of all places a department store. A receipt for a present delivered a long time ago.
What?
Yeah, it's got to be. All right, Granny, here. 30 you said, huh? 10, 20, 25, 30. $30. And if I'm right, sweetheart, I'll send you another vase come Christmas. Now, forget what I said about the phone and Bernie's being a killer. Because a mistake may have been made all the way around.
What kind of mistake, Handsome?
A big one, abuse. And I can't be more specific than that until I find the elder Mr. D'Angelo. Good night, Granny. By midnight, the San Fernando Valley is always sound asleep. So I covered the 5 miles back to the amusement park in close to as many minutes worrying all the way that either my hunch was wrong and I was heading no place, or that it was right and I was too late to keep murder from happening again. When I was out of my car and moving quietly in between the dark machines that stopped being gay, bobbing animals when the kids were gone, I knew that I could quit worrying altogether. Because standing ahead, in close to the merry-go-round, was Mr. Ambrosio D'Angelo. And opposite him, holding a gun that I'd already seen once tonight, was Lou Bunker, the man I figured had killed Frank Saffron. And when I was within a dozen yards of him, it played just like that.
Far enough. Stop right where you are and turn around.
Why? So you can hit me over the back of the head and kill me like it was accident, huh? I fall in the dark while I work on the merry-go-round, huh? Pretty smart guy, mister. That way, no Ambrosio D'Angelo to testify that you killed Frank Saffron. No, my boy Bernardo.
Turn around and quit yapping. Nobody told you to go peeking into windows or to play drop the hanky when you went inside to make sure that I killed Frank Saffron. It was all your own idea.
Yeah, and brilliant. Drop it, Bunker.
Mr. Marlowe, look out, Mr. Marlowe.
You won't get far, Buster, believe me.
Mr. Marlowe. Mr. Marlowe, look out. He's hiding over there on the merry-go-round.
All right, Pop.
Now, I know how to get him out of where we...
Yeah, so get down.
Papa, you all right? It's all right. That's okay, Mr. Marlowe. Just a scratch. Don't worry about me. Just to get ready for Bunker because I'm going to go over there next to the switch. He can't hide no more, Mr. Marlowe. I'm going to start at the merry-go-round and make him join us all around. I go now.
Why, you fat old fool!
There, Mr. Marlowe. He's around. Stop me.
With pleasure.
Oh, my leg! Oh,
Listen up, Marlowe. Quite, Bunker. You want to make it to our hospital? Fill in the blanks fast. Come on, why did you kill Saffron? Come on.
Okay. I dipped into the till at the club and dummied up the books to cover. He was going to find out about it, so I went to his place to get him.
Bernie got there first, huh?
Yeah. They had a fist fight, and after he left, I went in and...
And finish him off with your piece. I see that. I went there, Mr. Marlowe, because I was worried about Bernardo. I had to do something.
How did you know that D'Angelo was there, Bunker?
Oh, Marlowe, please.
Come on, keep talking.
Well, I heard a noise when I was inside. So I left and doubled back. He was inside then, but I only knew that it was an old man. I didn't know who he was until later when I came back a second time, when you were there and saw that handkerchief. Hadn't been there before. Then when you talked about the old man here, I figured the D'Angelo initials could fit him as well.
Papa! Oh, that's my boy, Bernardo. Bernardo, sono qui! Over here, Bernardo! I better go round. Look, Mr. Marlowe. The girl is with him. They didn't run away, did they?
No, they didn't run away.
That's
it, Mr. D'Angelo. Welcome your boy home.
Mr. Marlowe, it's going to be tomorrow morning before all the policemen are finished talking with my boy and Paula.
That's right.
After that, everything okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just because you talk smart to do both of them at Bernardo's flat. Just because of what you said.
Well, that and what they were smart enough to do, D'Angelo. I don't think it was easy for them to change their minds and come back to what could have been prison.
No, I guess not. It's also on account of you that there won't be no prison, and there won't be a funeral for me. But, that's what I don't understand, Mr. Marlowe.
What?
When you tell the policeman that you know where to come and find a new bunker at my place because of the department store receipt, I get all mixed up. I can... I get off of here, please.
All right, Pop. Well, the receipt was for handkerchiefs monogrammed D.A., Mr. D'Angelo, which would have been sent to you as a gift from your son. That put the idea in my mind that the handkerchief I saw at Frank Saffron's could be yours, not Bernardo's.
Oh, così si va. Well, Mr. Marlowe, we are forever your good friends. Now I say goodbye here.
Hey, wait a minute, Pop. This is miles from your place. I don't mind driving you home.
No. That's all right. I just want to go around the corner. An old friend of mine is there.
Oh.
I want to tell him all about D'Angelo's good luck. Thank you just the same, Mr. Marlowe. Arrivederci.
I watched him walk away. A quiet old man in a quiet, empty street. A grateful old man who at 3 o'clock in the morning had to find his friend and tell him all about the D'Angelo good luck. And then, when he was around the corner and out of sight, I found myself wondering who the old friend could be. But a minute later, when I had driven as far as the corner and could see which way Ambrosio D'Angelo had gone, I knew. It was less than half a block away. The familiar Gothic architecture, stone, stained glass, and the steeple reaching for the sky. And, his old friend.
The Adventures of Philip Marlowe, bringing you Raymond Chandler's most famous character, star Gerald Moore, and are produced and directed by Norman McDonald. Script is by Robert Mitchell and Gene Levitt. Featured in the cast were Georgia Ellis, Jay Novello, Paul Dubov, Bonnie Phillips, Ann Morrison, and Vivi Janis. The special music is composed and conducted by Richard Arant. Be sure and be with us next week when Philip Marlowe says...
This time I took a beating from a clever Chinese, ran into a twisted corpse in an alley, and watched death strike on the railroad tracks. All because of an open-toed banjo, which was jinxed from the start.
Law enforcement departments throughout the United States the only national program that brings you authentic police case history. Gangbusters.
Tonight, the case of the costume killer, who was an old hand at his trade and a hard master to his apprentices, until he learned the first lesson of society at the hands of skillful detectives.
And now to Gangbusters and facts that show the operation of our law enforcement officials in their war against the underworld. Gangbusters has asked Chief J.A. Pitcock, who recently retired as Chief of Police, Little Rock, Arkansas, after 31 years of service, to narrate by proxy tonight's case.
The inside facts in the case of the costume killer.
Chief Pitcock, from what you've told me, I know tonight's case is so fantastic, the facts about this criminal are hard to believe.
Yes, Don Gardner, but I've got his signed confession to murder right here in my hand.
Well, when did you first hear of this man, Chief Pitcock?
Well, Don, our reports start not too many months ago in the city of Paragould, Arkansas. A tall, slim man about 40 had been sitting in the front parlor of his rooming house. He'd heard a knock at the door, and he was on his way to answer it.
All right.
Hello, Mr. Osprey.
Well, come in, Joey. Don't stand there like a tired old field horse.
Yes, sir. Look, Mr. Osprey, don't be sorry at me because
Don't tell me here. Come on in the parlor. Kids, spend your days and nights trying to pound a little something in their pumpkin heads so maybe they'll amount to something. Get in there.
Yes, sir.
Well, what were you going to tell me, boy? Get it out of you. Think you wasn't born with a tongue.
I tried, Mr. Osprey. Honest, I tried.
Sit down.
Yes, sir.
Now, you got to listen to me, boy. For years I've been showing kids how to do this. Kids, they all think they're smarter than you.
Oh, I don't think I'm smarter than you, honest.
Well, if you listened close to me and done exactly like I told you, you wouldn't have had no experience like that.
I tried, Mr. Osprey.
You didn't do it like I told you. You didn't do a thing I told you.
Well, I was awfully scared. That cop came pretty close, awful close.
Well, after you'd listened to me and after you'd opened the window like I showed you how to open it, you'd have been in there and out with a sack full of stuff before that cop even got close.
Yes, sir, I guess I would, but...
But nothing. I got boys all over this city and lots of other cities. I showed them what to do and how to do it. Now, me and you are going back to that store tonight, and me and you are going to come home with a gunny sack full of stuff.
Yes, sir.
And then after we get that, I'm going to show you a few other things. How to disguise yourself up good so nobody can pick you out. How to pick a lock with just a hairpin. How to break a man's arm with just one twist.
Do I have to learn that?
Of course you got to learn that, boy. Sometimes you got to hurt people. Sometimes after you don't hurt people, you get hurt yourself. And hurt bad.
Did you ever hurt anyone?
Only because I had to.
Bad?
Bad enough. I killed him.
Killed him?
Well, only 2.
Oh.
That's what I did my time for. And if I'd killed the 3rd one, I wouldn't have done no time at all. But I got soft-hearted. Serves me right. Now, never you get soft-hearted, boy.
Oh, no, sir.
Now, you listen to me. And I'll tell you how we're going to get in that store tonight.
Maybe you ought to use the glass cutter some more.
Shh, boy.
You got it.
Sure, I got it. Okay, Joey, I'll give you a boost up. You unlock the window.
Yeah.
Now grab a hold.
Okay.
Now, up you go. Okay, now. Reach in, unlock the window.
Yes, sir. Wait a minute. A little higher.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Good boy. Now come on down. If you hadn't did it like this last night, we wouldn't have had all this bother tonight. You got your gunny sack?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to boost you in. You know what to take. And when you get it, you meet me back the road.
Ain't you coming in with me?
There ain't but one way to learn, boy, and that's do it yourself.
But, Mr. Osprey...
Don't stand there arguing with me. Now come here, I'll boost you.
It ain't fair.
Now up you go. Oh, gee, that's enough. Now jump down. Everything all right?
Yeah, I think so.
Good boy. I'll see you back the room. all right. I'm coming. Joy?
Yeah, it's me.
Just a second. Come in, boy.
Yes, sir.
Well, good work, boy. You did find it. Where's the gunny sack?
I got it, Mr. Osprey. I left it in the shed.
Well, I told you to bring it so I could give you what you got coming.
I was gonna, but
what, boy? Speak up.
There was a cop waiting in front of my house.
A cop?
It's a good thing I saw him, Mr. Osprey. An awful good thing.
You snitch. You...
Please, Mr. Osprey, I'm going. I didn't have anything to do with it.
What's he doing there, then?
I don't know.
Huh?
Let me go.
All right, boy. If this cop's waiting for you, that ain't good.
What do we do?
Well, I'll tell you, boy. You go on home and get to bed.
But the cop will
That don't matter none, boy. You got no record. You get off easy.
But I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to.
I'll just give you a talking to. With me, it's a sight different. I'm on parole. They send me back to prison for life. You wouldn't want that to happen to your old friend Slim Usry, would you?
Oh, no, sir, I wouldn't.
Well, now you see why I got to leave town. Anyway, I got some of my other boys to look in on. I'll be in touch with you, boy. You'll hear from me. You're a good boy.
So, Don, Slim Usry, a parole murderer and tutor in crime, fled to his native town of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, where he sought refuge at the home of his sister Etta. But Slim Usry's sojourn in Hattiesburg didn't prove as pleasant as he had hoped.
Slim!
Yeah, what's ailing you now?
I asked you to weed the garden. Instead, you sit there all day like you were the landlord waiting for his rent.
If you want the garden, weed it yourself. I ain't budging, Etta. I ain't budging an inch.
Honest, Slim, it just ain't right.
If I feel like it, Etta, I'll sit here all week.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you, Slim. You ought to be out working like other men.
Now, looky here, Etta. If there was work I felt like doing, I'd be out doing it. There ain't no kind of work around this town I feel like doing. Can't you get that through your head?
If you don't work, you're blown back in the penitentiary.
Now, look here, Etta.
I said the penitentiary.
Don't you talk to me like that, Etta.
The whole town's talking about you. They all know what you are. I got to bear the shame.
Who cares?
I could see that you're sent back to jail.
Shut up, you old hen. Why should I dirty my hands on you? Fine home you give your own brother, always nagging. Don't know when to stop.
I guess it was a mistake taking you in.
More of a mistake not coming back.
I guess you better leave, Slim.
I reckon the best.
I want you to be packed when I get home.
Yeah. What time you coming back?
I won't be back till late tonight.
Hey!
What?
Who's going to fix my supper?
Nobody. You're not eating here again.
Hey, Etta! You old hen. You ain't sending me back no penitentiary. You ain't even going to think about sending me back.
That, Don, was the moment Slim Usry made up his mind to murder his sister Etta. He knew she would walk home that night, and he waited in the clump of weeds until he heard her footsteps.
Etta? Howdy, Etta. You have a nice time?
Oh, Slim, you scared me.
Did I, Etta?
What were you doing back in those weeds? Did you lose something?
No. I'm just fixing to lose something, that's all.
What do you mean?
Nothing, Etta. Nothing at all.
Well, you're all packed to go. I don't want you in my house tonight.
I changed my mind, Etta. I'm staying.
Who said so?
I said so, that's who.
No, not in my house.
No?
If you don't go tonight, I'm calling the police.
You call him, Etta. You call him.
Slim, no, don't.
Old hen. Try to send me back to penitentiary, will you? I'm little traitor brother. You old hen. I'll show you. Treat your brother like a little dog. Take care of you.
Deputy Sheriff Clarkson.
Deputy Clarkson, this is Slim Usry.
Yes, Slim.
It's my sister, Etta, Deputy Clarkson. She left the house yesterday to go visiting. She didn't come home all night.
Where'd she go, Slim?
Well, I don't rightly know, Deputy Clarkson, but you know Etta. That ain't like her. Something must have happened to her now. Would you help me find her?
All right, Slim, I'll be right over.
So, Don, The murderer, Slim Usry, reported to the authorities that his sister Etta was missing, although it was Usry himself who killed her. But in carrying out his plan to fool the police, Usry ran into unexpected difficulties.
Okay, let's break right here. More from Gangbusters right after these messages on 670 WMAQ.
George Burns and Gracie Allen.
Boston Blackie.
Edgar Bergen.
John and Blanche Bickerson.
This is Stan Freberg. Would you pay $60 for 60 of the greatest old-time radio shows of all time? Well, now you can by ordering Old Time Radio's Greatest Shows, a 60-episode collection for only $60. The Whistler, Gangbusters, Philip Marlowe, Gunsmoke, and many more. All on top-quality cassettes housed in a designer case. Plus, you'll also receive a 20-page anecdotal booklet giving you the inside story to each and every show.
Hold everything, Stan. This is Carl Amari, owner of Radio Spirits, with a special limited-time offer. If listeners call right now and mention this radio station, they can take $10 off the $60 price. But you must call right now and mention this radio station for this special $10 savings.
Hey, you don't have to convince me. Order toll-free, 1-800-RADIO-48. That's 1-800-723-4648.
It's time for Internet Jeopardy!
I'll take Internet Service Provider for $100.
They're the fastest-growing Internet access company in Chicagoland.
Who is TechPort?
You're correct. You control the board.
I'll take Technical Support for $500.
The company with free 24-hour support.
Who is TechPort?
Right again. Still your turn.
Give me Internet Best Buys for $1,000, Bob.
Now listen closely. They're the company which offers unlimited Internet access, a free homepage for new subscribers, email, and free setup for only one low fee of $19.95 per month. Plus, the first 30 days are free.
Who is TechPort?
Right again. Now, if you answer this next question correctly, you'll double your money and walk away the new Internet Jeopardy champion. How can people sign up with TechPort Complete Internet Access?
That's easy, Bob. They call 1-800-830-4880 or log on to www.techinter.com.
Congratulations, you're our new Internet Jeopardy champion. And remember, TechPort is your best source for complete Internet access. Phone 800-830-4880.
Now, let's get back to Gangbusters.
Now, you were telling us, Chief Pitcock, that Slim Usry murdered his sister Etta and then reported her missing.
Yes, Don. And an investigation was started. The weeded area of the neighborhood was on the list of places where deputies thought the woman might be found, and the search there was in progress.
Deputy Clarkson?
Yes, Lynn.
You don't reckon we'd find Etta in here? If anything happened to Etta, it'd break my heart.
I know how you feel, Slim. Let's cut the talking and look.
Okay. Etta.
That is, Slim.
Etta.
Hold it, man.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
Did you find something, Slim? Good Lord.
Etta.
Come away from us, Slim. Come away.
I won't sleep a wink till I get the man who did this. I won't sleep a wink.
Come in.
Hello, Deputy Clarkson.
Slim.
They said you wanted to see me.
Yes. Come on over and sit down.
Sure, Deputy Clarkson. Well, you got any idea who killed my sis?
Yes, Slim. I've got a few ideas.
Well, you just tell me who it was. I could wring his neck with my two hands. I could...
You could what, Slim?
Well, you can't blame me none, Deputy Clarkson. Poor little Etta never did no harm, no one. Murdered in cold blood like that.
You killed two men yourself, Slim.
Well, that was different.
What was so different about it?
Well, I paid for it. I spent 19 years put away. And You don't think it was me killed Etta?
I didn't say you killed her, but you could have.
Well, I didn't. What'd I be killing my own sis for?
I haven't any idea.
It's a fine thing. I come down here to help you, and I get accused of murder. Just because I've been in a little trouble once or twice, you can't let a man have no peace. Not even when they're fixing to bury his poor sister.
Hey, Slim.
Huh?
Come here.
What do you want?
How come it was you, out of all the people looking for Etta, that found her body? You seem to know just where it was.
She just happened to be where I was looking. If I killed her, you don't think I'd be fool enough to find the body, do you?
Slim, I don't know what to think.
Well, Don, a few months went by and no new evidence turned up. Then one day Slim Usry left town and went to Little Rock, Arkansas. Shortly after he arrived, Usry walked into a costumer's shop on Commerce Street and asked to look at a wig and mustache outfit he saw in the window.
Yes, sir. Finest wig and mustache in Little Rock. There you are.
Yeah, not bad. I've seen better.
I take it you're going to a party?
Oh, I figured on a couple of parties. You got a looking glass, yeah? They look good on, maybe I'll take 'em.
Right in back here, sir?
Oh, yeah.
The mustache sticks right on.
I can see how it works.
Very good indeed. Nobody'd recognize you, not with that on.
How much?
Well, now, let's see. That'd be, $11.80 with the tax.
Okay.
Shall I wrap 'em up for you?
Sure, wrap 'em. You don't think I'm going to wear 'em now, do you?
Attention, all squads. Be on alert for bandit who robbed auto rental agency 6th and Scott of several $100s in cash. This man, described as tall and slender, apparently wore black mustache and wig as disguise. Caution, this man is armed and dangerous.
Oh, come on in, Sergeant. What a morning, Captain. I had that witness look at every picture in the file. No luck. Not with that wig and mustache disguise. Good disguise.
You know, I can't remember anyone using a disguise like that on a hold-up in years. This must be an old-timer.
Well, the victim thought he was about 40, Captain. It doesn't make him too much of an old-timer. I wonder if he bought that wig and mustache in one of the shops here in Little Rock.
Maybe. But they can't tell whether that stuff came from their shop until they see it. And it looks like we'll have to get our man before they can see it.
Mr. Usry.
Huh? Well, Joey. Sit down, boy. Sit down.
Thanks, Mr. Usry.
Call me Slim, Joey. People around here know me as Slim.
Okay, Slim.
Fine gravy you growed. How about a beer, Joey?
Oh, no, thanks. Later, maybe. Well, I came as soon as I got your letter.
Yeah. Well, I wrote to you, boy, because I like you. And I want to do something for you. I was sure glad to hear you didn't go to that reformatory.
Well, it was like you said. They gave me a talking to and let me go. They haven't caught me since.
That's good boy, Joey.
I figured when I got your letter you needed some help.
Not just yet, boy. First, you got to finish your lessons.
Lessons? Well, I could do okay now. I've been doing okay.
Well, maybe you could, but we got to be sure about it. Now, tonight, I'm going to try my old disguise trick again. You recollect I was telling you once about disguises?
Yeah, I remember.
Well, boy, tonight, I got a nice little old cafe all picked out. It'll be so easy I won't need help from you. I wouldn't need you even if you was ready. So you just stick around my room.
What'll you have?
This, pick up. Reach.
What's the matter?
Everybody quiet.
Wait a minute.
Wait for nothing. I'm in a hurry. Where's the dough?
I'll get it.
Hey, it was an accident.
I don't like accidents. I don't anybody move till I'm gone. Anybody follow, get the same.
Get him.
How bad is he, Sergeant?
Luckily, not so bad. Both flesh wounds, Captain. This is his room.
Okay. Let's go in. Hello, Mr. Walters. How do you feel now?
Oh, not bad, considering.
I'm Captain Crossman.
Oh, hello.
Mr. Walters, do you think you could recognize the man who held up your cafe and shot you?
I don't know. Maybe I could. I ought to know that mustache anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Is this the mustache?
Yeah, that's it. I'd swear that's it.
It was found in an alley near your cafe. The hold-up man was seen running up that alley.
That's it, all right.
Thanks, Mr. Walters. We know where it was bought. Now all we've got to do is find the man who bought it.
I tell you, Joey, just like I tell all my boys, you miss doing something one way, no matter how many times it worked, it ain't good no more.
That seems crazy to me. All you got to do is get another mustache.
No, boy, police and everybody else on that mustache and wig trick. I got to try something else.
Yeah, but you promised I could try the mustache trick.
I said no, boy. When I say no, I mean it. Maybe we pick up and go someplace else and try it, but not here in Little Rock.
It's nuts, Slim. And we're just getting set here.
And I don't know whether I'm going to stay or not. They got a big charge against me. I could have killed that man last night.
Oh, the guy was shot up a little. Serves him right.
Maybe I should have killed him.
Sure. So, he'd have been number 3.
Joey. Number 4.
Number 4?
You heard me.
You mean you killed somebody since I saw you last?
What if I did? If you want no account. Getting back, we got to change our way of operating. We got to just... Boy, where you going?
I'm going out for some air.
Well, now watch out where you go and what you do.
Just going out to get you a present.
Present, boy? For me?
Sure. And one for myself. I'll see you later, Slim.
Captain Crossman.
This is Sergeant Woods. We've got men planted at that costume store. Nothing doing yet, Captain.
Well, keep them there. And at the other stores, too.
Okay, Captain, but it's pretty much of a shot in the dark. This fellow'd be a chump to come back for another mustache.
Maybe. But if he does come back, I want a welcoming party for him.
Joey?
Yeah, Slim, open up.
Where you been, boy? Get in here.
I told you I was going out to buy a present.
Is that it there?
That's it.
Well, don't stand there, boy. If you're going to give it to me, give it here.
I got 2 of them.
What is it? Give it here, boy.
Not until you promise I can use one.
One what?
One of these mustache outfits.
Mustache outfits? Where'd you get it?
Let go. Please, Slim, let go, will you?
Where'd you get it?
At the same store you showed me. Please, Slim, you hurt me. Please.
I ought to kill you, boy. I ought to beat your brains out.
No, please.
You could have brought the cops here. You know that.
There were no cops. I looked around. Let go.
Huh? No cops?
I'm positive. I didn't see anybody.
Well, as long as you didn't see no cops, I guess there'll be no cops coming here, huh?
Sure. Everything's okay.
You didn't listen to me, Joey. I kill people who don't pay no attention.
Slim, don't do nothing.
Come here, you miserable...
No, let go. It didn't mean nothing.
Didn't mean nothing, huh? Oh, please.
Pretty loose. Huh? Police officers, you're under arrest.
Huh? Me?
Please, I didn't do nothing. He was trying to kill me.
We'll see about that, son. Come on, both of you.
Now watch who you're pulling. Come on, you.
Okay, kid. Let's go.
No, I don't want to go to jail.
Come on, boy. It's just another lesson.
It should have been the first lesson. It should have been the first.
So, Don, that was the end of the teacher of crime. And Usry, who thought he had committed a perfect murder, made the worst mistake of all. He told someone about it. And the boy Joey told the police. In the Little Rock jail, William Usry confessed the murder of his sister Etta. Usry was returned to Mississippi, where he died in the electric chair in the Forest County Jail a few months ago.
Well, congratulations, Chief Pitcock, to you and to the men of the Little Rock Police Department who solved this terrible crime. Principal roles in tonight's dramatization were played by Bill Smith and Jack Grimes. Don Gardner speaking. Gangbusters is a Phillips H. Lord production.
Proudly we hail
From New York City, where the American stage begins, here is another program with a cast of outstanding players. Public service time has been made available by this station for your Army and your Air Force to bring you this story, as proudly we hail the United States Army. Our story is entitled Lucifer Heads North. This is the story of TFC Lucifer McWilliams and the men of a lonely radar station who set out to rescue the survivors of an airplane down in the vast wilderness of our northern border, Alaska. Our first act curtain will rise in just a moment, but first, young man, if you want to be the sort of man that others look up to, you'll get there fast if you can qualify to join the Army. You'll see a change from the very moment you put on the uniform of a United States soldier. You'll not only stand straighter and taller, you'll walk with the sure tread of a man who knows where he's going. Your training in the Army will give you the confidence of a man with an important job to do. You have to pass the mental and physical examinations in order to get in this oldest military service in our country. But once you're in, you're on the way up. Visit your local United States Army and United States Air Force recruiting station. There's a recruiter there who'll be very glad to tell you all about what's in it for you when you join the Army. And now your Army and your Air Force present the proudly we hail production, Lucifer Heads North. Alaska not only has the sound and feel of the frontier, it also has the names to go with it. Anchorage, Yukon, Rampart, Big Delta. Take Big Delta. That's a name with a big meaning to our Alaskan command because it's there the Army and the Air Force have their vital indoctrination school, an extensive 4-week course attended by every soldier and airman assigned to that theater. There he learns the finer points of how to take care of himself in rough Arctic weather and tough Alaskan terrain. And so it was that TFC Lucifer McWilliams came to Big Delta, absorbed the ABCs of deep northern survival, and one fine snowy day found himself standing at attention before a hard-bitten major.
That is, McWilliams. Captain Martin tell you anything about this?
No, sir. He just said to get over here on the double, so I got.
Well, from your record, it appears that you take to this kind of duty.
Oh, I like it fine, sir.
You'd never been on skis or snowshoes before you came here?
No, sir. I'd never seen snow, neither. All my life I've been wanting to see some snow.
Well, it seems like you got your wish in a big way. Tell me, McWilliams, did you become a medic by preference?
I most surely did, sir. My pappy always used to say I had the gift of the healing hand.
Well, I've got a job for you. As rugged as they come, I don't mind telling you we've only got top men on it.
Sounds real interesting, sir.
Come over here. This is the territory you'll be going to. Base headquarters is located here, in the valley, see? And your post is up here on top of this mountain. From what I gathered, the accommodations are not exactly palatial. It was begun last summer. Now that winter is closed in, all building has ceased. You'll be the only medic. There'll be no doctor unless there's an emergency. Then you can have one flown in. You'll have 24 men to look after. And between times, you'll be doing guard duty and anything else that comes up. How's it sound to you?
Why, Major, sounds like I'm going to find out what it's like to be a polar bear.
No, I wouldn't doubt it. Now, as you know, these guys...
The outpost, perched on a mountaintop, overlooked a vast, corrugated sea of whiteness. It was no more than a small cluster of tents in odd-shaped buildings, huddled close together against the Arctic wind. But amidst the cluster were grouped strange-looking radar nets, patiently fishing the sub-zero air and revealing the outpost's purpose. One of many, it was a small but vital link in the defense system of the Alaskan Command.
Here's that report, Lieutenant. Oh, thanks, Sergeant. Get our brand new medic fixed up?
Yes, sir.
Don't sound so sad, Sergeant.
He's green, sir. Awful green to be up here, just out of indoctrination.
Look, he wouldn't have been assigned to us if he didn't know his stuff. The only thing he's green to is this weather. And he seems to like it.
You'd hardly figure a man who had lived where it was so hot all his life would want to live where it was so cold.
Yeah, especially with the name Lucifer. Lucifer, son of the morning.
Yes, sir. All 6'3" of them.
Hey, come on, close the door.
What's that blasted door? Did you ever come in the right door?
Well, Lee, boy, a little fresh air is the best thing in the world for you all. Besides, the wind's just as tarnal strong around the other side. Lucifer, did you learn any more Eskimo talk? Well, I'm picking it up a mite at a time, but you know, Dan, that is the most peculiar way of talking I ever did hear.
Yeah.
I sometimes wonder how them Eskimos got to know it themselves. My pappy told me once about an old Indian who used to live way back in the bayou. Huh?
You mind if I ask you a question?
Huh? Why, sure. Sure, you go right ahead, Dan.
Lucifer? Where'd you get the name Lucifer?
Well, when I was born, my pappy took one look at me and said, I don't know what he is, but he sure enough looks like the devil. Naturally, after that, there wasn't anything my ma could do but call me Lucifer.
Yeah.
That's kind of a nice name, don't you all think?
Morning, McWilliams.
Oh, good morning, sir.
How are things going?
Well, going just fine, Lieutenant. Just living up high in the cold must be right good medicine. Hasn't been a sneeze around here, and I don't know when. My pappy always used to say there wasn't no place more life-preserving than the deep bayous, but I got him one beat.
I'm glad to hear it. You like it up here, don't you?
Oh, I most certainly do, sir. I must have some icicle in me somewhere, but where I got it, I don't rightly know.
Well, come spring, we'll be enlarging the post, and you'll have a chance.
Mark just picked up an SOS. Plane down somewhere north of here. They couldn't get it up on scope before it hit.
Come on. What do you got, Mark?
Well, we're trying to get a fix there. They're still sending it. It's awful weak and tough to locate. How you coming, Lee? I don't know yet.
Have they identified themselves?
Civilian planes. There are 4 men aboard.
What kind of shape are they in?
I don't know, Lieutenant. Signal's very weak, getting weaker. We don't get a fix, it won't matter what kind of shape they're in. Any luck, Lee? It's so blasted faint, I can hardly pick it up.
They didn't know their own location?
I weren't sure, sir. Got lost in the storm. We didn't pick up their call until just before they hit. No chance to get them on the scope. I can't hear them anymore, Dan.
Did you get a fix, String?
I got one, sir, but I wouldn't bet on its accuracy. Could be way off. Let's have a look. Somewhere right in here, I make it out.
Oh, certainly picked themselves some rough country to go down, eh? About 50 miles northeast.
Yeah, through the air, sir.
Yeah, I know. How far off could you be on this thing?
Hard to say. Maybe as much as 25 miles. It's awful tricky to try and nail down a signal like that, sir. But if anyone could do it, Lieutenant, he could.
All right, you two stay on it. Maybe you'll be able to pick them up again. Keep trying. Come on, Sergeant. We've got to get a call through to the main base. Sit down, men. Now, this is a pinch. There's no telling how much longer this storm will last. That means air rescue is out until it's over. We happen to be closer to the wreck than any other post, and the only possible rescue will have to be made on foot with dog teams. Now, I've gotten permission to make a try, but it's strictly a volunteer detail. It'll be a 5-man party with an Eskimo scout as guide. I'm leading the party, and Sergeant Stewart will be in charge of the post while I'm gone. So all I need is 3 more of you to go along with me.
Lieutenant, sir, could I speak my piece?
Go ahead, McWilliams, and make it snappy.
Well, there's 4 fellas down out there somewhere, and to be sure, they must be banged up some. Now, if you had a doctor here, he'd be going along with you. But you don't, and I'm the next best thing to it, and I rightly think I should get the pleasure of going. I can break trail with the best of them, and I'm no slouch on skis or snowshoes. I can even talk some Eskimo.
How much as good as our Eskimo guy can speak English, I'll bet.
Well, maybe not quite, sir, but...
The point is you've got 20 men here that you're responsible for.
Every one of them fit and fine. Did you ever set a broken bone, Lieutenant? You know what to do for a fella if he's busted up inside or in deep shock? If we find them fellas, they're going to need the best we got. And when it comes to patching them up, I'm the best you got. Not meaning anything disrespectful.
McWilliams, you missed your calling. You should have been a lawyer. What do you think, Sergeant?
I say you had a point, sir. I can take care of things here.
All right, McWilliams, you won your case. Makes sense. Get yourself ready on the double.
Jingle bell, jingle bell.
Oh, listen to that bird. I think he was going on a picnic. This is one picnic a polar bear would turn down. What'd you volunteer to go for, then?
I'm not a polar bear.
Neither am I.
So stop your groaning and get that stuff ready. Hey, Lucifer. How you coming?
Oh, this rebel's ready for the trail.
Yeah, one we can take turns making ourselves.
Why, didn't you know, son, that I'm the best little old trail breaker from here to Louisiana?
Hey, you guys, cut the jam and come on.
All right, Green, Mark, you'll be responsible for the radio equipment. It's to be packed here on the number 2 sled. McWilliams, your supplies will be packed there, too. Food and other equipment will be evenly divided between both sleds. Now, gather around this map. According to the guide, our best bet is to cut down this ravine till we hit the river, and then follow it to here. We'll cross at this point and head northeasterly. The going shouldn't be too rough until we hit the foothills here. We're going out in the worst possible weather on the worst possible kind of trip. We've got about a 50 to 1 shot that we'll find what we're looking for.
An utterly white world where survival depends on knowledge and coolness and courage. And somewhere in it is a wrecked plane and 4 men waiting, hoping, praying.
Bob, you think anyone heard our call? Bob, you think somebody heard us? Bob, take it easy, Short. Take it easy. They heard us. Sit here and wait, that's all. Wait, Bob. I can't wait long. I tell you, I can't.
And inching along the frozen waste, 5 men, heads bowed to the lash of the storm, searching.
Lieutenant, we found a good place to make camp. Cave. How far? Just a short piece, sir. Those cliffs ahead.
Good. The wind is picking up again. Is the cave empty?
Yes, sir. The guide had a look.
Okay, lead the way. March! March!
Almost ready to give it a try, Lieutenant.
Good. Let me know when. Dog's all right, too, Mark?
Dog's fine, Lieutenant. Get sleep. Ready to mush.
What are you looking so sad about, Green?
How can we ever find him in time to...
What do you suggest, then?
I don't suggest anything, sir. Except that we keep going.
Well, then stop feeling so sad about it. We've covered 10 miles. That's 10 miles to the good. That's 10 miles closer to rescue.
Maybe, Lieutenant, but I'm not betting on that position.
That's the chance we take. All we can do is take it and hope that we're right. It's possible this storm will blow itself out tonight. If it does, the planes will go out and find them quick enough.
Oh, my. All the comforts are home.
Oh, Lucifer, fix the covering. Let's keep the wind out where it belongs.
Well, I beg your humble pardon, sir. I remember one time...
What did you find, McWilliams?
Well, Lieutenant, I didn't want to go too far, and that wind out there didn't want me to go anywheres at all. My pappy used to say... Yes, sir. Appears like there's a draw running down all the way to the river. Shouldn't be hard to get down through it.
Did you go as far as the river?
I got down to it, but I didn't go on across.
All set, Lieutenant.
Good. Give him a call.
Baker 05, Baker 05, Easy 3 calling, Easy 3 calling. Go ahead, Baker 05, over.
Easy 3, Baker 05 receiving you. Go ahead.
Okay, Lieutenant.
This is Lieutenant Bond. We're holed up in a cave just above the river. Estimate our position approximately 10 miles northeast of you. Request latest weather info. Over to you.
Easy 3, Baker 05 reports. Storm to continue for at least 48 hours. Headquarters request to know condition of your party. Over to you.
Baker 05. Notify headquarters party in A1 shape. Moving out at 0400 hours. We'll call you at 1800 hours. If unable to make contact by voice, we'll use key. Over.
Message received, Easy 3. We'll stand by for your call. Good luck. Over and out.
Thanks, Baker 05. Out. Now let's get some chow and hit the sack. We've got a rough road ahead.
You are listening to the proudly we hail production, Lucifer Heads North. We'll return in just a moment for the second act. A man with money to invest doesn't splurge it wildly on the first thing he sees. If he's wise, he looks around and decides on a solid stock, one with a past history that's always been progressive, a stock with a real future. All right? Let's say you're a young man, a high school graduate. You want to invest yourself in the best future. Well, the United States Army offers you the best opportunity for your investment. Your dividends will be high as you become a part of the world's greatest army. In travel, in schools, in scientific advancement and technology, you'll reap the reward of your investment. Even more satisfying, our country will share in a mutual benefit. Visit your local recruiting station today. Invest wisely in your future with the United States Army. You are listening to Proudly We Hail, and now we present the second act of Lucifer Heads North. Any man who has served in the Alaskan Command will tell you there are 3 cardinal rules to be followed. Keep dry, keep your clothing loose when you're doing anything strenuous, and don't get overheated. The first 2 take only a certain amount of carefulness. But when you're breaking trail, when you're fighting your way through blinding snow, you not only get overheated, you become exhausted. And then every bitter step of the way becomes a battle.
All right, we'll take a break. You might halt your sled. There's no shelter here, Lieutenant. We'll squat down here by the sled, get our wind, and then go on. Not going to make camp here.
Lee, get your pocket tightened up.
Oh, you take care of your clothes. I'll take care of mine.
Son, you do as I'm saying, or I'll do it for you.
Green, do as he says. You know better than that. Keep your clothes tight when you're not moving. Mike, what do you think?
Not so good, Lieutenant. Don't think we'll stop soon for good rest. Him and me both.
Gather around while I get out the map. Any change in the terrain ahead, McWilliams?
I don't rightly reckon, Lieutenant.
Now, this is where we were this morning. Once we get in the lee of these mountains, that should give us some relief.
Well, Lieutenant, I do declare I must have some Eskimo in me somewhere.
We'll worry about your ancestry later.
My pappy always said I was part bird dog. Want I should go ahead, Lieutenant?
No, you've broken trail more than your share. Green and I'll go ahead. I want to keep in visual contact at all times. I don't want anyone getting lost. And one thing to remember that might help. If you think that we've got it rough, think of how those guys at the wreck must feel.
The wind seems to have died some.
Where's Phil and John?
They're getting more wood.
Waste of time. Might just as well all lay down and go to sleep. Sleep for
Cut
good.
that kind of talk, Shaw. We're all still alive, aren't we?
Yeah, for how long? You saw my leg? Pretty, ain't it? Yeah. How much food left, Bob? No one will find us here except wolves.
Shut up, Shaw. I got more faith in you.
No, it ain't faith, it's fact. I got fact. I've been laying here for... How long I've been laying here?
You got the fact.
Yeah, look at you with your arm all busted up, and look at me. More dead than alive. No one in all this earth ever find us.
Look, if you want to give up, you go on right ahead. If you don't want to stay alive, go crawl out there in the snow. I won't stop you, but...
Oh, I want to live, all right.
Well, then stop bellyaching. Stop bellyaching about dying. Do a little praying about living.
You're a real one, Bob. You're Jim Dandy.
I'm not giving up. Not right to the end.
Which ain't far off.
Well, I'll make it as far as I can. Now knock it off and try to sleep. You need the strength.
Lieutenant.
Yeah, what is it, Mac? What have you got in mind?
Fellas we're looking for somewhere on the other side of the mountain.
If Green's fix was accurate.
Either way, the quicker we find out, the better.
True.
You hear that, Bob?
The wind shifted. It's going to clear soon.
Then you and Phil and John can strike out.
Don't talk nonsense. None of us could walk 10 feet.
When the wood's gone this time, that'll be the end.
No, it's not gone yet.
Regular bulldog, ain't you, Bob?
While I can breathe, I can hope.
You know, I don't rightly think that snow feels very friendly to us.
Hadn't been for you, Mac, we'd have lost the second sled.
I think I had some help, Lieutenant. My pappy always said it's the help you can't see that counts the most.
I'll buy that. Dog's all right, too much?
Okay, Lieutenant. Ready to mush.
Let's keep going. Now, according to Green's fix, the wreck should be somewhere ahead in the valley. Undoubtedly, it's been covered with snow, and there's no telling how long we'd search before we could find it.
Storm's about over.
Yeah, let's not waste time playing weatherman. We'll move through the valley. I'll fire my gun every so often. They're hunters. They'll answer it if they're there.
Sure. Yeah, I heard something. Phil, John, wake up. Done for. Oh, done for.
I tell you, I heard something. Wake up, you guys. Come on, you can't quit now.
No, I didn't hear nothing. Nothing to hear.
Lieutenant, I can see where the valley ends down there.
All right, we'll keep moving and shooting till we reach the end. See anything too, Mark?
Nothing, sir.
Looks hopeless. Give it another try. Hey, was I hearing things?
From somewhere up there.
Over there, Lieutenant. Up by those trees, I can see smoke.
Come on, let's move on.
I knew you'd come. I kept telling him. Sure. Wake up.
No, you just rest easy, mister. Everything's going to be hominy grits from here on in. Lieutenant, as soon as we get the fire hot enough, we'll rig a tub out of this tarpaulin.
A tub?
Well, the three of them are suffering from mostly shock and exposure. Best treatment is to get them into the hottest water they can stand.
What about him?
Well, this fellow's got a broken arm. Not too bad. Put a splint on it.
How about the one called Shaw?
Oh, he's bad, Lieutenant. Leg all tore up, full of pieces of metal. Gonna give him plasma. Pulse is mighty weak.
Well, you're the doctor here, Mac. You tell us whatever you want us to do. I'm going to try and get a call through to home plate. Holler when you need me.
Oh, you better sit down and take it easy, sir. You're fair tuckered out.
What about yourself?
Well, it's a funny thing about me, sir. I just don't tucker.
Come in, Baker 05. Come in, Baker 05. This is Easy 3 calling Baker 05. Easy 3 calling Baker 05. Maybe it takes a good man like Marks to make this thing click. All we can hope is they're receiving us, even though we're not receiving them.
Clear sky, Lieutenant. Planes come soon.
Sure hope they get to us.
Didn't the plasma help?
Well, I'm going to give him more right away. It's his leg, Lieutenant. Those pieces of metal should come out.
Could you take them out, Mac?
Well, I'm no doc, Lieutenant. Just a medic.
Never mind that. Could you do the job?
I don't think so, sir. I'd need your help.
You'll also need his permission.
You got it, soldier boy. You go right ahead and do what you think best.
Okay. Let's go.
With the aid of a camp light, a tall, lanky, stone-faced medic goes deftly to work. The lieutenant who holds the light watches the hands of the man move quickly and surely. Only the sound of heavy breathing fills the tent. Outside, the stars gleam weakly in the cold darkness. A wolf cries. A man sighs. Another coughs. But for the rest, it's silence as PFC Lucifer McWilliams does what he can to save a life. The odds stacked heavily against him. And later, when it's done, and there's nothing left but to wait through the long night hours, the call keeps going out over and over.
This is Easy 3. Easy 3. Have located downed plane in position established by Fix. Request immediate air rescue. Request immediate air rescue. This is Easy 3. about it, Mac?
We can't wait any longer, Lieutenant. Guide says it'll be snowing in another hour.
I know, but can he last through the trip back?
I don't know, sir, but I know he won't last long here.
Even if they didn't get our message, you'd think they'd be out looking.
Oh, we'll start getting things ready, Lieutenant. My pappy always used...
What's the matter?
Well, I don't believe that this is the place for mosquitoes. But I could swear I hear one.
Look! Look there, coming over the hill!
Well, I do declare. Two of the prettiest looking helicopters I ever did see.
Let's see us, Lieutenant. Let's see us.
Hey, you fellas, you hear that? You're getting out of here fast.
What do you think of that, Bob? Crazy old ghost. I always told you we'd get out of here.
So you did. So you did. Hey, son. You come here.
Well, what can I do for you all?
What's your name, son?
Lucifer McWilliams. Private first class, sir.
You're first class in my book, boy. Hey, what'd you say that name was again?
Lucifer McWilliams.
Lucifer, eh? Hey, you hear that, Bob? Hey, John. Bill. You hear what this boy's name is? Lucifer. You may be Lucifer to everyone else on this earth. You'll always be Gabriel to me.
What's your interest? Is it radio, photography, motor mechanics, metalwork? If you'd like to learn a highly skilled, well-paid trade like pharmacy, watch repairs, photography, motor mechanics, or electronics, there's no better place to learn than in the United States Army. The Army offers training in dozens of highly specialized jobs that will pay you well for the rest of your life. Many veterans have already used their Army training and experience to build profitable careers for themselves out of the skills the Army taught them. You can do the same. Visit your local United States Army and United States Air Force recruiting station today. Talk it over and find out what's in it for you when you serve your country as an American soldier. This has been another program on Proudly We Hail, presented transcribed in cooperation with this station. Proudly We Hail is produced by the Recruiting Publicity Center for the United States Army and United States Air Force Recruiting Service. This is Kenneth Banghart speaking and inviting you to tune in the same station next week for another interesting story on Proudly We Hail.
Transcribed as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
My name's Diamond. And like a lot of working people, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I get pretty anxious for 6 o'clock to roll around. Especially if I haven't had a client for the last 3 days. But even if I don't expect anyone to drop in before 6, I can't take a chance, so I stare out of my office window on 53rd Street just to kill time. I see the night starting to muscle in on the Broadway bright lights, and I wonder just how many prospective clients are out in the city. Who's getting in trouble, what kind of trouble, and will they come to Richard Diamond for guidance? Now, Take the two hard-looking thugs in the downtown hotel room as they watch a pretty blonde hurriedly get into a flashy mink coat. They're going to need plenty of guidance.
Where you going, Dottie?
I got an appointment.
Don't you think you ought to stick around just in case the contact comes in?
If it ain't here by now, it won't be until tomorrow. Now stop looking like a couple of anxious bloodhounds. Relax.
Sure, Dottie, sure. But you really cannot blame us for being a little disquieted.
Don't she look classy, Al? Hey, who you going to roll tonight, dollface?
Your grandmother. Oh, ain't she out of Alcatraz yet?
Hey, I don't like no cracks about my family.
Well, what are you going to do, Stan? People stop by the zoo every day.
Now, please, no legamaki.
Yeah. You keep running off at the mouth like that, baby, you'll be spitting out all your teeth.
Yeah, well, when you kick off, Stan, don't try to sell your body to science. I'll never get both heads in that bottle.
Well, you love...
Please.
I'm going to hit...
Please. Leave us, Dottie. And Stanley, you shut your big mouth before I shove my foot in it. Go on, Dottie. I think you had better make a hurried percolation.
What?
Beat it.
Oh, Al, why didn't you let me mess her up a little? She's always acting like she's got a family background.
I do not know whether her family had anything to do with it, but it is a very nice background to gaze at. Now shut your ugly face and let us start tailing her.
Tailing her? What for?
I think she is up to something.
Yeah, well, sure she is, but I don't want to get booked as a peeping Tom.
Stan, you are a melonhead. I think she is going to try a cross. Florida has never been before.
You think she's going to pick up the bundle and skip?
No. I just want to see what she does with her evenings.
Oh, well, I can tell you that.
Stanley, please. You arouse my irascibility.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aloysius.
Paper.
Evening, Glenda.
Oh, hello, Horace.
Times.
You look tired. Hard day at the office?
I stayed home. My wife's swell.
Here's the Times.
Thanks. Good night, Glenda.
Good night. Papers. Evening papers.
Have you got a late edition?
Why, yes, right here, dearie. You got it?
Yeah, in the purse.
Put it down on the counter and look through the paper.
Okay.
Paper. Evening paper. What do you want me to do with the purse?
Keep it till I meet you at the train.
Sure, honey. It's good to be working again, ain't it, Dottie?
I gotta go. They usually got a tail on me. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Relax. We're in the chips. Paper! Evening paper! Paper, sir?
No, but I will take that purse.
Purse? Oh, why, that nice young lady must have left it on the counter when she looked at the paper.
Please, just extend your agent index and shove it over here.
Why, I can't do that. It belongs to that young lady.
Oh, look, it would make me very unhappy to have to shove all those nice old wrinkles around, but I am in need to possess one patent leather handbag. Now, if you will kindly move it to my approximate latitude, you old bat, we can dispense with all...
Why, you poor excuse for a lowbrow gunnip.
Madam.
For 2 cents, I'd wrap a lead sack across your flat head.
Well, hello, Glenda. Hello. How's business?
Oh, Officer Klein. Aren't you on a little late?
Yes, I've been changed to the 6 o'clock beat. Well, good evening, sir.
Yeah, lovely. Good evening, officer.
Say, haven't I seen you somewhere before?
Hardly. I reside in Flatbush. Well, thank you, Mother. I do not see anything I want. Goodbye.
He doesn't see anything he wants. What does he think you're running? A drugstore there?
Hey, Al, I saw a cop.
I am proud of you, Stanley.
Huh?
Now let us hurry around this corner.
What, you think Doc and the old dame are cooking up something together?
Stop here so we can watch the old dame. Stanley, to put it in your words, yeah, I think they are cooking up something.
Oh, you figure she slipped the old girl the numbers?
Your perception astounds even mine as to... Hey, observe.
Oh, yeah. Your grandma is taking off and leaving the cop behind to watch the papers.
She's going in that building. She has got the purse. Stanley, stay here and await my return.
Okay, but my feet are beginning to hurt.
Go in a drugstore, purchase some Blue Jays. I shall be right back with the purse.
Mr. Diamond.
Well, hello, Glenda. Come in, pull up a rocking chair. Well, that's the way it begins. Sometimes when you wait around until the last minute, you get a customer. I wasn't too happy about this one because I knew she didn't have enough money to hire a tramp to spot cigarette butts.
I haven't got much time. I've got Officer Quine watching my paper stand.
Officer Quine? We should be happy you aren't selling fruit. He's already got his thumbprint in every apple in Yonkers.
Mr. Diamond, I found this purse.
Found it, Glenda?
Oh, you know me, Mr. Diamond. I'm going straight now.
I remember a snake that said that once. He broke his back.
Honest, I haven't been doing that kind of business since I got out.
Well, what can I do for you, Glenda? I'm broke.
Oh, it's not a touch. I want you to find the owner of this purse and return it.
Why don't you give it to Officer Quine?
Well, there's no money in it. And with my record, he'd sure run me in for purse snatching.
No money, huh?
Oh, no. No, I didn't touch a thing. Just took a peek, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
A young girl left it on my counter. If you find her, you can ask her. I didn't touch a thing.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Diamond. Goodbye.
Keep your nose clean.
Oh, I will.
She'd keep her nose clean, all right. And a glass of gin. I'd known old Glenda ever since she started working bunco rackets and got put away for 2 to 5. I was sure she'd lifted the dough from the purse, but I opened it and went through it anyway. I was just kicking myself for telling her I'd try to dig up its owner when the door opened and an ugly-looking mug wearing alligator spats walked up to my desk.
You should be ashamed, looking at someone else's purse.
It's a bad habit, like not knocking on doors.
Oh, it said on the door to come in.
How long did you have to wait before someone came by to read it to you?
May I please have the purse?
Oh, is it yours?
Yes.
Well, I didn't notice the wedges. Give up high heels?
You are a very poor comic. Now, may I have the purse, or must I make you bleed?
Oh, it's like that. Well, sure, here it is.
Thank you.
And something to go with it. I caught him with one that made my arm feel good clear up to my shoulder. His eyes rolled back, and he went down faster than the celluloid collar on the flagpole. I looked at the black purse and started getting that lousy feeling again. I'd gotten into something, and it was beginning to smell already. So I called the 5th Precinct Police Station and an old friend, Lieutenant Levinson.
Homicide, Sergeant Otis.
Hello, Otis. Let me talk to the lieutenant.
Is this Diamond?
No, it's platoon number 3 of the Brownies, 300 strong. Now let me talk to the lieutenant.
Hey, what are you going to do with all those tired jokes when you run out?
Give them away to idiots. You want to start a collection?
Lieutenant Levinson.
Hello, Walt. Diamond.
Oh, wait a minute. Otis! Yeah, Lieutenant. Where'd you put the bicarbonate? I'm drawn, Lieutenant. Oh, hold it a minute, Rick. Get me some water, Otis. Yeah, Lieutenant. Go ahead, Rick. I can stand it for a second.
Well, if you didn't get so excited, you wouldn't have to take that stuff.
Yeah, Lieutenant. Never need this stuff until you call. Now, who's dead?
Nobody, but there's a guy in my office lying on the floor.
He's dead. He's got to be.
No, he isn't, Walt. I just belted him in the mouth when he tried to get rough. Wait a minute. He's trying to wake up. Groan for the nice policeman. You hear him, Walt?
Okay, so some guy got tired and went to sleep on your floor. What do you want me for?
Hold it a second, Walt. He's getting a little too active.
What did you do?
I kissed him good night.
What did you do that for?
Well, I've seen him somewhere. I think he's wanted.
Oh, well, hang on to him. I'll send the wagon down.
The door will be open. I'll fix it so he doesn't get away.
Wait a minute, Rick. Where are you going?
Well, about 5 minutes ago, an old dame hands me a black patent leather purse and asks me to find the owner. Right afterwards, this cultured gorilla wanders in and says the purse belongs to him.
Oh, what's in it?
Nothing much. A compact, book of matches, and a handkerchief. Smells nice.
No money?
No. Oh, I got to stop by Helen Ash's for a minute, and then I'm going to find out what makes this purse so valuable.
Say hello to Helen for me.
Sure thing. Bye, Walt.
Be a good boy. Goodbye.
I got a rope out of my desk that I hung my socks on when I had time to wash them and tied the sleeping Garnet to a chair. I didn't know much about pocketbooks, but I knew someone who did, so I headed for 975 Park Avenue and a beautiful redhead named Helen Asher.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Diamond.
Good evening, Francis. Is Miss Asher in?
Yes, sir. She's in the study. Shall I announce you?
No, just dig up something that'll get me back on my feet. I'll let myself in.
Yes, sir. Mr. Diamond.
Yes, Francis?
If you'll pardon me for saying so, sir, I just love the way you talk.
Well, thank you, Francis. Eaton, 98. Majored in Sloyd.
Oh, my goodness, you're pulling my leg again.
Anyone home?
Rick, you've got here.
Hi.
Hi. Well,
Since when did you start carrying a purse?
Like it? Matches my complexion.
You idiot.
Take a look.
Whose is it?
Got to find out. It's worth something. One guy already tried to get it the hard way. Cigarette?
Well, thanks. It's got some initials on it. D.K. There's nothing valuable in it.
I know. That's what I can't understand. Got a match?
Here's some in the purse.
Thanks. Here. Adams Hotel. Flophouse with sheets.
Compact's never been used. My darling.
Well, thanks.
Oh, the perfume and the handkerchief, silly. It's my darling. Don't look so hurt. So are you.
Well, come here.
Rick.
Here's your drink, Mr. Darp. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's all right, Francis. I was just trying to convince your boss we should take in the wrestling matches.
Why, Francis, you're blushing.
Oh, pardon me. Miss Asher's residence? Yes, sir. One moment, sir. It's for you, Mr. Diamond.
No, thank you, Francis.
I'll see if the dinner is ready, Miss Helen.
Hello?
You get right down here.
What?
Lieutenant Levinson. Get down here to the station, Diamond. You're in trouble.
Diamond? Oh, wait a minute. Slow down.
Not dead, huh? My stomach starts getting back to normal, and you have to knock some guy off.
Knock some guy off?
I don't know why I should waste time with explanations. I ought to just send Otis over there with the wagon, but I like your girlfriend too much.
What are you babbling about?
I thought you said the guy in your office was still kicking.
What?
Yeah, somebody made a punch board out of his chest, and I like you for a suspect. Now get down here.
Wait a minute, Walt. Somebody shot him?
Yeah. If that wasn't what killed him, he died of fright when he saw the bullets coming. Now, I'm not talking anymore till you get here. Make it 10 minutes or I'll have a warrant out for you.
Oh, swell.
Rick, what's the matter?
Oh, that crazy Walt Levinson's got me in line for a murder rap. I got to go down and square myself.
Murder? Rick.
Yeah? I'll see you later, baby.
But, Rick...
I can't wait. I'll get back as soon as I can.
If we were married, this wouldn't happen. Rick, you forgot the purse. Francis? Francis!
Yes, Miss Asher?
Francis, Mr. Diamond forgot this purse. See if you can catch him. He's gone to Lieutenant Levinson's police station.
Yes, Miss, I'll do my best.
Rick just has got to stop this foolishness. Oh. How did you get in here? Who are you?
I come in a back way, lady. Where's the shaman?
You get out of here.
No, just relax, baby. One yell out of you and you get hurt pretty bad.
What?
Where's the shaman?
He went down to the police station.
Okay. Where's your purse? I saw him bring it in.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, baby. Or do I shake it out of you?
You stay away from me. You... Hood?
Hood? Where's the purse?
I told you I don't know. No, stay away.
Okay, but you're making it tough on yourself.
Stay away. You stay away from me.
Tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower with the red tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour.
Pardon me, sir.
Yes, madam?
I believe you have my purse.
I beg your pardon, but this purse is the property of Mr. Diamond, private detective.
Yes, I know. I gave it to him to hold for me.
Well, I'm very sorry, madam, but you'll have to claim it from Mr. Diamond himself.
Oh, yeah? Help! Police!
Oh, madam.
Measure!
Madam.
Help! This man is trying to steal my purse.
Madam, let go of my coat.
This guy giving you trouble, Mother?
He's trying to steal my purse. Help!
Oh, yes, huh? Looks just the type. This'll learn you, Romeo.
Oh, my.
Done an old lady, will you? Come on, get up and fight it. Hey, lady! How do you like that? Didn't even say thanks.
I don't care what you say. You told me you had a guy in your office. When my men got there, they found him tied in the chair with 3 bullet holes in his chest.
He was making noises when I left.
Some guys do that when they get shot.
Oh, stop being an idiot. You know I didn't kill him.
Yeah, I know it, but what do I tell the commissioner? That I let you go because you're a friend of mine, used to be on the force?
No, but you don't have to act like I rubbed out the whole West Side.
Well, I'm mad. I want to retire in 5 years, and I want to do it with a healthy stomach. Yeah?
Lieutenant, Murphy's got some guy out here he picked up for purse snatching. Says he's a friend of Diamond's and wants to see him.
Send him in. This can't get any screwier than it is already. I got a purse snatcher who says he knows you.
Purse snatcher? Francis.
Yes, Mr. Diamond. I don't feel so well.
That's all, Otis.
Isn't he your girlfriend's butler?
Yeah. What happened, Francis?
Well, sir, I was bringing that purse down to you.
That's right. I left it at Helen's.
Yes, sir. Well, a little old lady approached me on the street and claimed it belonged to her.
What did she look like?
She had white hair, and she was wearing an old shawl. I think she'd been drinking gin, sir. Cheap gin.
Glenda.
Glenda Bergen? Is she the one who gave you the purse?
Yeah. And then what happened, Francis?
When I wouldn't give her the purse, she started yelling and called me a masher. And some enormous gentleman arrived and clouted me in the jaw. Oh, it was disgusting, sir.
And the old lady got the purse?
Yes, sir. She ran off, and the enormous gentleman sat on my chest until an officer came and carted me off to this place.
Was Miss Helen all right when you left her?
Why, yes, sir. You don't think...
I don't know. But if they knew I had the purse and spotted me going into Helen's...
Here, Rick, use his phone.
Thanks. Don't you see, Walt, this whole thing has something to do with that purse.
Schmurse, I've still got a stiff on my hands.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes?
Hello, honey. You all right?
Oh.
What's the matter?
Hi. Please come home.
What happened?
A man broke into the house looking for that old purse. I told him I didn't know where it was, and he started slapping me.
He did, huh?
Yes, and I need comforting.
Well, honey, I've still got something to do. Lock all the doors until Francis gets back, and I'll be over as soon as I can.
All right. Did you get the purse?
Francis will tell you all about it. Bye, baby.
Bye.
Rick, some louse shoved Helen around. Francis, get over there and take care of her. It's all right if he goes, isn't it, Walt?
I guess so. Otis, I'm releasing the guy that was picked up for purse snatching. And don't say, yeah, Lieutenant. Okay, Rick.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Step on it, Francis. Miss Asher needs someone to take care of her.
Yes, sir.
Walt, give me 2 hours to find out what this is all about.
Are you going after Glenda?
Yeah.
If she's tied up with this killing, I'd better send some of the boys along.
Give me 2 hours alone. I want to find the guy who shoved Helen around.
Okay, Rick. 2 hours, and I put in a general alarm for you and the old dame. You know where she lives?
I got a shack over near the East River. Thanks, Walt.
Otis, let Diamond go and bring me a tablespoon of some water. And Otis, shut up.
I grabbed a cab, and 20 minutes later I was standing at the edge of the East River. The fog was rolling in, and pretty soon it would be so thick you could put it in bales. Below me, next to the water, was a line of weather-beaten shacks, and one of them belonged to old Glenda.
You want something, Mac?
Huh? Oh, I didn't see you. Does old Glenda live in one of those shacks?
Yeah, that one. Got a match?
Oh, yeah. Here, keep them.
Thanks.
Forget it. No, wait a minute.
Huh?
Let me see those matches. I've forgotten all about them.
What's the matter? You collect them or something?
These I do. Sorry, pal. You'll have to get some others.
Okay, Sporty.
The inside of the shack looked like a hardware store after a good earthquake. Someone had torn it to pieces, and old Glenda had gotten the same treatment. She was lying on the wooden floor staring up at me. She couldn't close her eyes because a rope around her neck was squeezing them open.
Is she dead?
Huh?
I followed you down.
Well, hooray for you. The next time you sneak up on somebody, you're liable to end up with a skull fracture.
Just wanted to see what was going on. Is she dead?
Unless she can breathe through her feet. She's been strangled.
Gonna call the cops?
No. I thought I'd rub her wrists for a while. Now, here's a buck. Call Lieutenant Levinson at the 5th Precinct and tell him what's happened.
Sure. Got a nickel?
Yeah, here. And tell him I've gone over to the Adams Hotel on 28th Street. My name's Diamond.
Good for you.
Now step on it. He left in a hurry, and I reached in my pocket and took another look at the book of matches I'd gotten from the black handbag. They were from the Adams Hotel on 28th Street, so I went over there fast. The sleepy night clerk showed me the register, and I found what I was looking for. I remembered the initials on the handbag were D.K. A Dorothy King was registered in room 306. I went upstairs.
Yeah?
I got a message for you.
Slip it under the door.
I'm not that skinny.
What is it?
It's from Glenda.
Oh, wait a minute. All right, the door's open. All right, now shut it and come on in.
Huh? Oh, what a lovely gun.
Glad you like it. Now, what do you want?
I just left Glenda. She's dead.
What?
Yeah, strangled.
How'd you find me?
Matches in your purse. They were from this hotel. I checked the initials on the bag with the register. DK, Dorothy King, room 306. Holmes would call it elementary.
You must be the shamus Brenda gave the bag to earlier this evening.
That's right. How did you know?
Well, she called me.
She tell you she got it back?
I feel a quiet streak coming on.
I usually like women who don't talk much, but right now you'd better start talking as fast as you can.
Funny thing, this gun I got makes me lazy. Now get out of here.
Baby, I got a big fat surprise for you.
Yeah?
Yeah. My gun makes bigger holes than yours.
Huh?
What do you think I'm doing with my right hand, keeping it warm?
Oh, don't give me that. You ain't got nothing but a big finger in that pocket. Oh!
Surprise. Next time I make it count.
Wait a minute.
Sure. Drop it. Now, that's better. Kick it over here.
All right. Please, I didn't kill Glenda.
Where's the purse?
I ain't got it on us.
Well, who has? Now, look, baby, I'm in a bad mood.
Honest, I don't know.
That's right. She don't, mister.
Stan.
Well, you certainly know some pretty ugly company, Dottie.
I don't know if I like that.
You don't? Maybe I can word it a little different.
Stan, he's a private cop. He come up here and tried to shove me around.
Well, you should have done it, Shamus. Would have saved me the trouble.
What do you mean, huh?
Why, you no good, cheap double-crosser. Al and me saw you slip the bag to that old dame, and Al got killed trying to get it from the Shamus.
I didn't kill Al.
No, the old dame did it. I went up to the office and found him dying. He told me she done it.
What are you going to do?
Well, the organization don't like being crossed. I got the purse from the old dame and paid her off for killing poor old Al. Now I gotta pay you off.
I got a surprise for you, too, Stanley.
Yeah. You try anything, you'd have more holes in you than a fishnet. He's got a gun in his pocket. Well, look at his pocket, wise guy.
Oh, gee, I wish Al was here. He'd know what to do.
Oh, and shoot him. Shoot him. Stan's got it coming.
Looks like it's a tie. No sense in both of us getting killed.
Yeah, you plug me and I'll nail you before I go down.
Don't listen to him.
I think he's got a point.
What are you going to do?
That's up to him.
Well, as Al would say, a hurried departure is in order. I'll take care of you later, Dot.
What?
Goodbye, all. It's pretty good. Al would like that.
Don't let him get away. Stop him.
You stop him. All right, baby. Where's he going with that purse?
If I tell you, will you give me a chance to get out of town?
I can't do anything about that. When I leave, you're on your own. Technically, you haven't done anything the law could hold you for.
I haven't?
No, but that won't stop me from pushing you around. Now, let's have the story.
If Stan hasn't been there already, he's headed for a locker in the subway station at 34th Street.
What's in the locker?
$100,000 in counterfeit bills.
Oh, baby. Counterfeit. You have been naughty. Now, Papa, we'll have to keep you on ice for the cops. Get in the closet.
Please, give me a break.
Sorry, honey. Get in.
Ouch, you're hurting me. Please.
I went down to the night clerk and told him to tell Lieutenant Levinson when he got there about the blonde in the closet of room 306. The subway wasn't far, but Stanley had a head start and he was in a hurry. I ran the rest of the way. I went down the steps. The train was just pulling out when I spotted him. He'd just taken a bundle out of one of the lockers, and as he turned to go, I walked up behind him. Hello, Stanley.
What?
What you got in the box?
The Shamus. Here, you take it.
Oh! He tossed the package in my face and started running for the exit. But a crowd of people blocked his way, and when he saw me come up with my gun, he changed his mind. He turned and vaulted the turnstile, and I ducked behind the row of lockers. He had a gun, too. I tried to get a clear shot at him, but there were too many people. And then the frightened little guy did a stupid thing. He jumped down on the tracks and started running up the tunnel.
Oh, look at that fool man. He jumped down on the tracks.
Stanley, come back here. You can't get anywhere that way.
You said it, Mac. He's running uptown on the downtown side.
Here's the corny line. Stop or I'll shoot.
You won't get me.
Stand. Look out. There's a train coming. Look out.
No!
Oh, Mr. Diamond, come in.
Hello, Francis. Is Miss Asher all right?
She's better, sir. She's lying down in the study.
How's the jaw?
Oh, I feel better, sir. This ice bag is helping the swelling. I'll be in the pantry if you need me, sir.
I'll try not to. Hi.
Hi.
Well, poor baby.
Yes. Poor little baby.
You're lucky he didn't knock you out. Oh, I'll get it. Francis is nursing his face.
Asher residence?
Let me talk to Diamond if he's there.
He is.
Rick?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you listen to me. I've been chasing your conquests all over town.
I end up down in the subway station and notice get stuck in the turnstile. Don't you think it'd be nice to let the police department in on something once in a while?
Oh, sure. Right now I'm at 975 Park Avenue, nursing a beautiful redhead back to health. Oh, did you find the blonde in the closet?
Yeah, I got the whole story from her. You want to hear it?
I guessed most of it. She was fencing for a counterfeit ring as she tried to cross them. The key to the locker was in that purse.
Yeah, in the compact under the pancake makeup. She and old Glenda used to do a duet together before they both got sent up. When the blonde got out, she started working for a counterfeit mob. They'd stash the dough in different subway lockers around town and use her to make the contacts.
So she figured she could use the 100,000. Well, nothing like being in business for yourself.
Well, she was afraid to pick it up herself, so she slipped the purse to Glenda like she'd just forgotten it.
Ricky.
Yes, dear?
Are you listening to me?
I just stopped. Bye, Walt.
What? Now, wait a minute.
What is it, baby?
I want some sympathy.
Sure. What would you like, lover?
Sing something.
Oh, come on, baby. We can do without that.
No, I want you to. I'm sick. An invalid should be pampered.
Let me rub your head or something.
Afterwards. I want you to sing.
Oh, but it's late, baby.
Then sing softly. Sing me to sleep.
Oh, honey.
I'll get mad and you'll have to buy me a present.
Okay. Lullaby and good night with roses bedight.
That's wonderful.
With lilies bedecked.
Shut up! I'm trying to sleep!
Well, what is that?
Oh, it's that grouchy new neighbor.
Oh, it is, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you want something, bud?
Yeah, shut your big bazoo!
Oh, is that right? Out of your face with sunshine.
Oh, no!
Put on a great big smile. Make up your eyes with light.
Rick.
Yeah, okay. That guy gets shell-shocked if you fried potatoes.
Rick.
What is it, baby?
Come here.
Oh. You do need pampering.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg, Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilm Sherbert, Betty Lou Gerson, Jay Morgan, Jack Crucian, Hy Averback, Herb Butterfield, and Wally Mayer. Music was under the direction of David Baskerville. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards and directed by William P. Rousseau. Now, this is Eddie King inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week, when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. This program has come to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Crime does not pay.
You heard me, Pop. Pay off.
I pay nothing, loafer.
Kick in, Pop, if you know what's good for you. $5. Fork 'em over.
$5? Where do I get $5? From cigarettes? From penny candy? From nickel ice cream?
Ah, cut out the sob stuff. For the last time, make with the dough.
Blood from a stone you cannot get.
Yeah, but I can get plate glass from a store window.
No, you loafer, don't touch. Not my window.
In the interest of good citizenship and law enforcement, we present Crime Does Not Pay, based on the famous Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer series of short subjects. In just a moment, you will hear Rough Customers, starring John Shelton. Now, Crime Does Not Pay, starring John Shelton as Mickey Brooks in Rough Customer. It was hardly a prepossessing neighborhood. The buildings were the usual mixture, compounded of warehouses, small factories, and sagging tenements, crisscrossed by refuse-ridden alleys and twisting streets, their gutters running unnameable litter. Here Mickey Brooks was born. Here he grew up. His playgrounds, the dirty backyards, and the crowded streets. His companions, the too wise, too sure young hoodlums who peopled the occasional pool parlors when the weather denied them their favorite street corners. It was from their talk, their example, that Mickey learned the line they used on the girls and the tricks he perpetrated on hard-working people like Pop Peters, who owned and ran the candy store which Mickey frequented.
Hiya, Pop.
Oh, you again.
Sure, why not? I like it here.
So what do you want? Cigarette for 2 cents? Piece of candy for a penny?
Just a nickel phone call, Pop. I mean a dime phone call. Thanks for the use of the hall.
Hello?
Hiya, baby. What's on the front burner for tonight?
Oh, hello, Mickey.
You recognize me, huh, Nancy, baby?
Naturally, Mickey.
You better, kid. You got any idea what happens to characters who cut into my time?
Please, Mickey, I hate it when you talk like that.
I was only kidding, honey. Now, do we have a date tonight or do we don't?
I suppose so.
You don't sound very anxious. Now, there's a little redhead over in Bedford.
There isn't any redhead, and you know we have a date.
Just checking, baby. What do you want to do?
Well, there's a swell double over at the Picks. I thought maybe if you want to.
Meaning if I got the price? I got it, sugar. And if I didn't have it, I'd know where to get it. Now, you stand by with the glad rags on, kid. I'll be over after a while.
I'm very sorry, lady, but in this neighborhood, fancy flavors ice cream don't move quick enough.
What's the matter, Pop? Did you lose a customer because you ain't got banana maple in the freezer?
So this is your business, too?
No, it's just a little friendly question. Me, I go for chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate. And for my cigarettes, too. Now, you put it back, or on the counter, you put 21 cents.
Oh, what are you talking about? I didn't take nothing.
When you came out from the phone booth, you reached behind the counter. I see. Blind I'm not. Not when you're in my store.
Yeah, so I'm a thief now, eh, Pop?
Not only now, but always. Since the big boys used to send you in here when you were a little kid. You should steal chewing gum and candy when I'm looking someplace else.
Pop, I don't like you talking that way about me. Don't I always use your phone booth?
Oh, sure. This is a profit I can live without. Put back the cigarette.
Let go of my wrist.
Big as you are, I let go when you put back the cigarette.
Okay. There's your lousy butt.
And you don't have to come here no more, you loafer.
Yeah, well, none of the gang will come in here either.
That's fine. My life will be a lot easier, believe me.
Smart guy. Put back the cigarettes. That's gonna cost him. Well. Now, who left a brick in the street? For me, huh? Very neat. Very neat. What's worth more to that old dope? Pack of butts or a plate glass window? What's the matter, baby? You scared?
I guess so. I hate coming home late at night.
With me around, you're scared?
I can't help it. The neighborhood is...
Well, you live here, Nancy, remember?
It's different when people are up.
Oh, there's lots of guys up right now.
I know.
Nobody bothers my girl.
I am your girl, Mickey?
Oh, listen, baby, you and me, we're going places, see?
I hope so. But where?
Well, I know so. We're going to be in the chips, kid. You just stick with Mick. You'll see.
That's what you always say, Mickey, but you haven't even got a job.
What if I haven't got a job? What am I going to do? Save dough on 40 per if I'm lucky?
Other fellows do it.
Yeah, the kids are running loose all over the neighborhood. And do they have any fun?
I don't know, maybe. Do we?
Well, don't we?
I suppose we do.
We're only starting, kid. You just wait till we get out of this crummy town. We'll...
Mickey, Pop Peter's window, look.
Yeah, what about it?
It's all boarded up.
Well, that's what they always do with busted windows. so people don't cut themselves reaching in to swipe the stuff inside.
Funny Pop's window broken like that.
Somebody must have hit it for the brick.
Why? Pop never hurt anybody in his life.
Oh, you never know. Maybe he said no to the wrong guy.
Mickey, you did it.
Yeah, what if I did?
Aw, Mickey, what for?
I phoned you from his place. Then I asked him if I could borrow a pack of butts till tomorrow. He said no. We argued and I got mad.
Borrow a pack?
So what? As long as I can remember, all of us been going in there. Wouldn't have hurt him to let me have a pack.
But you had the money to pay him.
What's that got to do with it?
And you didn't ask him, did you? Did you, Mickey?
Okay, so I took the pack, so what? The old dope threw me out. Told me not to come back. I got sore.
What if he calls the cops?
Cops? In this neighborhood? That's a laugh. Anybody calls the cops gets more busted than windows.
Mickey, what are we going to do? How are we going to get away from here?
I told you now, didn't I? Come on. Let's walk.
As long as we stay here, it'll get worse and worse, Mickey. Don't you see?
No, do you?
Oh, don't get sore, Mickey. Only sometimes I feel like if we don't get away from here, something awful will happen to you inside.
Nothing's going to happen, baby. Forget it.
I can't. I can't because I love you, Mickey.
Hey, you say that like it was a funeral or something.
Maybe it is.
Whose baby?
Maybe mine. Oh, I know you're wrong, Mickey. Wrong and bad, maybe, but I love you, so I make excuses for you. I do anything you want me to.
Okay, sugar. That's all you got to do. Now, come on, give me a kiss. Forget this whole deal. Except that you're my girl, understand? You're Mickey's girl. Oh, that's going to mean plenty, kid. You can put your dough across the board on that. Yeah, that's a nice new window you got there, Pop.
Out. I told you I
want to keep that window, don't you, Pop? Okay. It's $5 a day, and every Tuesday from now on.
What? You get nothing. Out.
You heard me, Pop. Pay off.
I pay nothing, you loafer.
Kick in, Pop. If you know what's good for you, $5. Fork 'em over.
$5. Where do I get $5? From the cigarettes? From penny candy? From nickel ice cream?
Cut out that sob stuff for the last time. Make with the dough.
Blood you cannot get from a stone.
Know what I can get? Plate glass from a store window.
No, you loafer, don't touch. Not my new window.
Okay, price has gone up, Pop. It's $10 now.
I'll call the police. I'm going to tell the insurance company.
You tell the insurance company what goes on around here, and you'll get no insurance.
I'm telling you, I'll call the police.
Oh, stop it. You couldn't prove nothing. Your word against mine. And I'll have 10 witnesses say I was someplace else.
You...
$10, please. Or else, this time, from the inside of the store. Look, I brought the brick with me.
Mickey, no. $10 I don't have.
Okay, Pop, you said it. It's too bad. That's such a nice piece of glass. You had enough, Pop? You know I'm getting pretty bored with all this. 5 windows in 10 days. Now, how much glass can I break for you?
Enough already.
What's the matter? The insurance company not paying off?
You know everything, huh?
Yeah, I know where you can get insurance. Against busted windows.
You know? Where?
From me. $10 every Tuesday.
I don't make a living no more.
Well, when the joint's boarded up, you make less.
All right. I'll pay. There.
Well, it'll last. I'll tell you what, Pop. You're my first customer. Sample for the neighborhood. Now, when Sauer the Butcher and Keene's Drugstore and Crockett's Grocery Store start to pay off, I'll cut you down to $5 a week. You can't say Mickey Brooke don't give his customers a break. Take a look, Nancy, baby. Take a good look.
Mickey, all that money.
Go on. Count it.
But I don't...
Count it, baby. Count it.
What? Mickey, $200.
Yeah, and that's only 1 week's take. How am I doing, kid?
How, Mickey? How?
I'm in the insurance business.
What are you insuring people for?
No, against, baby. You insure against. Me, I insure against breakage. Windows, arms, legs, heads even.
I don't understand. Maybe I don't want to understand.
Don't bother your pretty little head, beautiful. I'll make it. You just spend it.
$200 a week.
Yeah, that's only the beginning. Next week is going to be $400. If I don't get more customers, I'll ante up the suckers I got. And, baby, you just wait till I get into the life insurance racket. That'll be something.
Too late, isn't it?
Too late? What are you talking about?
No use. You wouldn't understand. I guess there's no chance anymore.
Hey, you trying to tell me we're through?
No. That I'll never tell you, I guess. I'm stuck, I suppose. I'll just go along with you. Whatever happens.
You bet you will. Oh, boy, what a ride it's going to be. Nancy, baby, next month we're heading south for a vacation. Miami, maybe. I got an idea for a racket down there that's really big. Big dough. Oh, it's time for a vacation, baby. And time those joints where the money is heard of Mickey Brooks. And are they going to hear from me?
In just a moment, Crime Does Not Pay will continue with Rough Customer. Now we continue with Crime Does Not Pay, starring John Shelton as Mickey Brooks in Rough Customer. Mickey planned the vacation with care. First, he chose the places: Miami, Hot Springs, and then Sun Valley. After that came wardrobe. For himself, Mickey bought little. But where Nancy was concerned, Mickey was more than generous. The pretty girl from his neighborhood blossomed forth with the proper clothes, hairdo, jewelry, and so on, as a lovely and highly attractive young woman. Mickey was pleased. After all, Nancy and Nancy's looks were an investment, a part of the plan. The fact that Nancy went along with the plan reluctantly was of no concern to Mickey. He gave his instructions and considered them obeyed. It was this blind obedience which brought Nancy into the company of Dorothy Hill and her husband in one of the luxurious nightclubs in Miami Beach.
You've no idea, Mrs. Hill, how grateful I am to you and Mr. Hill.
Whatever for, darling?
For taking my time off my hands. It's so dull just waiting, and a girl can't go places like this alone.
If I were your fiancée, Nancy, dear, I'd hurry and get down here. A girl like you doesn't have to be alone here any longer than she wants to be.
A girl like me?
Don't you know your own power, darling?
My power?
You are naive, dear. Why, your charm is completely adorable. You dress beautifully. Your jewelry's in perfect taste.
Oh, it's nothing like yours, Mrs. Hill.
Oh, Nancy. When you're married to this long-awaited fiancé of yours as long as I'm married to Joe, your bracelets will be wider and your rings bigger. For now, you're perfect.
Aren't you nervous wearing so much?
Everything's insured. Joe always says I didn't buy you all those presents so they could sit in a dark old vault.
Just like a man.
Exactly. And it's just like a man to have met a couple of cronies and gone off to the bar for a drink. Oh, I'm tired of this place. Let's pick up Joe and move on.
All right, if you want to.
Come along, then. Don't forget your purse, dear.
No, I won't forget it.
Pardon me, please. Would you let us through, please? Thank you. Well, the air's almost fresh out here.
It does seem smoky in there. Where's Mr. Hill?
Just as I thought. In the bar. I caught his eye as we went past. He'll be along now. He knows what to do when I give him the high sign.
I don't understand.
You're not married yet, darling. He'll pay the check and come after us.
Then we'll wait right here, won't we?
Nancy, dear, you're white as a ghost.
But it's just the smoke and all.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Come along.
Where?
Well, outside, of course, for some fresh air.
No, I'd rather not.
No arguments, darling. Come on now. Now, isn't this better?
I guess so.
Of course it is. You know, sometimes I wonder why Joe and I spend so much time in places like this.
Funny, I wonder where the doorman is.
Oh, probably tired of carrying around all that gold braid and went to rest his feet. Or he's parking his car for someone, I thought. Oh, you startled me.
Sorry, lady. You too, miss. Now, if you'll both just let me have your bags and jewelry.
Nancy, quick. It's a holdup.
Shut up, lady. I mean business, so does this.
You wouldn't dare shoot.
Maybe not, but this way the butt is just as dangerous. If anybody wants to keep her looks.
I won't. Oh, give him the jewelry, please. Oh, please. You said it's insured. Here's mine.
Thanks, kid. It's peanuts compared to what she's wearing. Come on, give me those earrings.
Oh, you don't have to hurt me.
I hate dames like you. Come me the rocks.
My husband, in a minute, he'll be... Oh.
You don't need those now. You can't wear rocks on a broken arm.
Oh, Mickey.
Shut up, you.
Oh.
Okay, lady. That's one arm. Now I want the stuff on the other.
Take it. Take it all. Oh, my arm. My arm.
That's a good girl. No fighting now. You can't win. Good. That's the whole caboodle. Now, so she won't yell.
Oh.
Good enough. I'll take care of you for a while. Let's go, Nancy, baby. The car's around the corner like I planned. Nancy, honey, that was a cinch. A lead pipe cinch. We got $50,000 easy in my pockets. Not counting your stuff. Baby, I gotta hand it to you. You look so scared nobody believed you knew what was coming. Oh, we done 53 miles already. They'll never find us. Hey, what's the matter? You lost your tongue?
No. Just tired.
Oh, you want your own pretties back again?
No, not now.
Would you like one of the dames to wear yourself sometime?
No, Mickey.
Okay. You know, I'm wondering, should we stash the stuff for a while or break it up and give it to a fence right away?
I don't know.
Well, there's plenty of time to decide that. How's about a kiss to celebrate it?
No, don't touch me.
Hey, what gives there?
Nothing.
Oh, come on, don't give me that. It's been almost 2 hours now. Give out, baby.
There's nothing to say.
There better be. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Give, baby.
You hit that poor woman.
Poor woman with $50,000 in ice hanging on her?
You hit her.
So I should leave her yelling?
And you enjoyed it. You enjoyed hurting her.
Well, why not? It's her. It's her kind that...
You're cruel, Mickey. I knew you were, but I never thought you'd like hitting people just to hurt them.
Grow up. You got any idea what'll happen to us if we ever get ourselves caught?
It might finish the whole thing anyway. Why are you stopping?
Because you're scared to death, baby. And you don't know what you're talking about. And you need a little sample, honey.
Mickey.
Come on now. Give us that kiss, honey. Nobody will see us parked here, not even the cops. You need to be reminded. Reminded that Mickey goes for you, baby. You go for Mickey. Come here. How's that, sugar? You feel better?
Oh, Mickey. Mickey, I can't help myself. I just can't.
How do your friends like hot springs, Nancy, baby?
All right, I guess.
And does dear Mrs. Richmond intend wearing any sparklers?
She's got them. I saw them today.
While you were in the rooms?
Yeah.
Well?
They like me, Mickey, but it'll take a little time yet.
They're waiting for my fiancé gag working with them?
They're younger than the Rosses. Right now, they just like me because they have a friend of Tom's here, and I make the fourth.
I'll get busy, baby. We want a big job here. And then straight across the country to Sun Valley. So hurry up, baby. I don't like waiting. What's holding up the works, Nancy?
Leela doesn't wear much jewelry. She just has it.
Oh, quit the stalling. It's been 2 weeks now.
I'm not stalling.
Cut the comedy, kid. You're getting too friendly with these jokers.
Nicky.
Now, don't give me that. It starts with Mr. and Mrs. Richmond, and now it's Tom and Leela. You got a job to do.
I'm doing it, Nicky. You know that.
You're doing it too slow. Do you hear me? Now get busy. Get going. I want to hightail it out of here. No later than the end of this week, understand?
Isn't this a nice party? Isn't it, Tom? Nancy?
Yes, it is. You sure look terrific, all dolled up with sparklers like a Christmas tree.
I did it for Nancy.
For Nancy? How come?
Nancy loves jewelry. She wanted to see me wearing it.
I must say I have very good taste in time.
Tom, Leela, take it off.
I don't understand.
But Leela just said that you wanted it.
I'm sorry, but you've got to listen to me, Tom. You read about holdups, and it's so late. Couldn't you leave it with the manager in his safe until tomorrow morning?
I suppose so, but why all of a sudden?
Don't ask me why. It's just... I think you're two of the nicest people I ever met, so please, for me, Leela, leave the diamonds in the manager's safe.
Okay, turn off the waterworks.
I can't.
Turn off or you'll get something to cry about.
Yes, I'll try, Mickey.
Okay, now. What happened?
Nothing.
Where'd she leave the rocks?
In her room.
You're lying. I saw the three of you leave the hotel. The dame was loaded with ice. Where'd she leave the stuff?
Well, Tom made her leave it in the last club, in the safe. He was worried it was so late.
Yeah, well, how do you happen to get worried, baby?
How should I know?
You sure you didn't worry him?
Of course not. Why should I?
I don't know why, but I think you warned him.
Mickey, cross my heart.
I think you warned him.
No, Mickey, for heaven's sake.
For all I know, you told him about me, too.
Mickey, keep away from me.
You did, didn't you? You did, didn't you?
No.
You spilled your lousy guts, didn't you? I took you out of the gutter, made a lady out of you, gave you everything you got. All I get is the old double-cross from the original weak sister. I ought to finish you, but I ain't going to waste the lead. From here on in, Mickey Brooks is on his own. I'll see you in Sun Valley. I don't think.
I've got to do it. Don't care what happens to me. Should have long ago. Oh, after me. Oh, Mickey. Operator, police, help. I want police. Get them. I can give them. Mickey Brooks.
Crime does not pay. John Shelton, who was starred as Mickey Brooks in Rough Customer, will be back with you in just a moment.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Counterspy.
Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy. Washington calling David Harding, Counterspy.
Harding, Counterspy, calling Washington.
United States Counterspies, especially appointed to investigate and combat the enemies of our country, both at home and abroad.
Tonight's Counterspy report to the American people is brought to you in cooperation with the New York State Civil Defense Commission.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Baltimore and to the national headquarters of Super America Incorporated.
And here is the chairman of Super America Incorporated, Henry Harrison Hector.
I have called this emergency meeting of you, our key Super America leaders from all over the country, to discuss the new crisis confronting our nation. The possibility of attack from the air by conventional means and, we fear, atomic bombs. All over the country, citizens are rallying to their local civil defense organizations. But as in every crisis, everything cannot be left to government officials. It is up to us, Super Americans, to provide leadership. Wherever patriotic work is to be done, there you must see a Super American. Should disaster strike from the skies, it will be our Super American task to form the very backbone of civil defense.
You're right. You're darn right.
I see that you all understand. Presently, my secretary, Della Crane, will hand you your individual assignment sheets. We must make the civil defense of the United States our great objective. Thank you for your attention.
Very good speech, Mr. Hector.
I'll be sorry to lose you, Della. Are you sure you and Steve will be happy in Finnsburg?
No, but I'll do my best. Steve's already been out there, found an apartment and a job.
The bonds between Super Americans are very strong.
Better excuse me, Mr. Hector. I've got to give out the assignment sheet.
By all means, Della. Give us just a few weeks, and I think we Super Americans will turn civil defense into civil collapse.
Well, let's continue, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? As you know, my name is Blair. I'm the zone director. I'm very happy to see so many new volunteers here tonight. During this week, I expect to make the final assignments. Aircraft spotters, communications helpers, medical aid helpers, and so on. I feel that by the end...
Mr. Blair, may I ask a question?
Why, certainly, Mr. Crane.
Well, do I understand you correctly that assignments haven't all been made yet?
Well, that's right, Mr. Crane. Most of the time so far has been spent in planning. Does that cover your question?
Well, yes, I guess so. For now, anyway.
As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, most of the time has been spent in planning, from the top down. We get our overall plans from the National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington, then through our state director, down through our city director here in Finnsburg. Now, since this particular zone covers the most important industrial section of the city, this building is the main control center for the entire city. Now, are there any radio hams among you? Amateur radio operators?
Well, I know.
2, 3, 4. 4, that's fine. After the meeting, will you please report to Mr. Avery? That's Mr. Avery over by the window. You'll become the nucleus of a special squad to go right to the scenes of any disasters and report back by radio. Now, the next Yes, Mr. Crane?
Say, Mr. Blair, I'm new here, and maybe I oughtn't to open my yap, but... say, would you mind if I come right up front there so everybody can hear me?
No, not at all. Come right ahead.
I just take this whole thing so darn serious. Well, folks, my name's Steve Crane, and I just hit this fine city of yours today, and boy, from what I've seen so far, I'm going to be mighty happy about it. Yes, sir. Well, I've been sitting and listening to the interesting things Mr. Blair's been outlining, and I'm here to say that everything sounds great. The only trouble is, and I don't know just what we can do about it, the trouble is not much is definite. So much is still in the planning stage, you know what I mean?
Well, Mr. Crane, I might explain to you...
I know you can't just do things without planning. We're all intelligent enough to know that, but here's what bothers me. Suppose somebody drops a bomb on us tomorrow. Where are we? Hiding our heads under a plan? No, I hate to criticize, and I don't want any of you to think that's what I'm doing, but holy smoke, what's been going on here since the trouble started in Korea way back in June?
Mr. Crane, I think you ought to realize
that I know these things take time, but we gotta work faster or nothing's any good. Being almost ready is like not being ready at all. Holy smoke, we'd all be better off getting out of the city. Now, what do you say we all...
Mr. Crane, please. I understand that to a newcomer like yourself, it may seem we've done very little. But I don't want anybody here to forget the enormous amount of work that's been done. Why...
Sure, Mr. Blair, I'm right behind you. And like I said, I don't want to talk out of turn, but I don't want anybody to kid themselves. How much time do you think we've got?
Ladies and gentlemen, please. Please, let's have some order and discipline here. Ladies and gentlemen, please.
To Counterspy headquarters from District 3, City 9. Local civil defense moving very slowly here lately. State Director believes people generally unaware of real danger. This field office lending personnel to step up recruiting. To Counterspy headquarters from District 19, City 3. Civil defense here at virtual standstill. Volunteers not carrying out assigned duties. This field office consulting with Director. Will advise.
And we've been getting them like that from various spots all over the country, Mr. Hunting.
Strange. Sort of a sudden paralysis.
The National Director of Civil Defense thinks that people just don't realize the danger.
I wonder. Well, people are all talking about the danger of war, of a sudden atomic attack. 2 days ago, I was in Ohio. It's a live subject there. Same in New York, on the West Coast, everywhere. Tremendous interest. All of a sudden, according to these reports, it dies out.
You're right back at the beginning, Chief. People just don't realize...
Peters, I'm not one of those who blames the people every time something goes wrong. Not until I'm sure nothing else is wrong. Peters, how many of our agents are now unassigned in the first classification?
Oh, maybe 10 or a dozen.
Well, good. Get those men together tonight here in my office. You be here, too.
I see you've got a scheme.
Yes, that's right. Now, from all these reports, we're going to pick out the localities having the most trouble. Then you fellows are going into those cities undercover to join the civil defense groups as ordinary citizens to find out, if you can, what's wrong.
And frankly, I must admit, ladies and gentlemen, I've had to turn in a disappointing report to City Defense Headquarters. No, not about you who are here, but about those who've been dropping out. And so tonight, I've got to ask you to get in touch with everyone you know. Find out why they seem so uninterested in what we're doing here. And
say, Mr. Blair.
Yes, Mr. Crane.
I can tell you right now what's eating everybody. I mean, those who aren't here.
Oh, can you?
I've talked to lots of people trying to get them in here to work, and they all say, what's the use? Nothing's ready. We're not getting the help we need from Washington. And I tell them, well, it's up to us, too.
Excuse me, please.
Yes?
If you'll allow me to interrupt the other speaker.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
Well, I agree with what he says. People just don't have any faith in the civil defense outfits. Now, my name is Peterson. I've just come to Finnsburg. I'm a reporter on the Finnsburg Press. And let me tell you, we're helpless. And I just don't see any point in continuing...
Excuse me, Mr. Peterson, but I don't see any point in discouraging ourselves. And that's what we're doing, some of us. Oh, it's intended to help, I know.
Well,
but
if you're just trying to protect a bunch of Washington incompetents, Mr. Blair, I don't see why the...
I'm protecting no one, Mr. Peterson. We're all trying to protect ourselves. All right, that's all for tonight. I'll see you all and more, I hope, on Friday.
Say, Peterson. Peterson.
Yeah?
My name's Steve Crane. I'm the guy you cut in on.
Oh. Well, I hope you weren't sore, huh?
Oh, no, on the contrary. Glad to see somebody else here with the nerve to talk up. Say, are you busy the rest of the evening?
No.
You and me seem to agree on a lot of things. Why don't you come on home with me for a drink and see what else we agree on?
Oh, don't go yet, Mr. Peterson. Can't I give you another drink?
No, thanks, Mrs. Crane. It's really time I went home.
Oh, I'm glad you came home with me, Peterson. Glad to know you and me see eye to eye on a lot of this civil defense stuff.
You bet, Crane. Well, thanks for a very pleasant evening, Mrs. Crane.
Maybe you'll come again. Give us a ring anytime.
I'll certainly bear that in mind. This way, huh?
Yeah, I'll just do it.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, what do you make of him, Della?
Seems to have his heart in the right place.
Last 2 or 3 meetings, he's been backing me up, and good, too. Great little discourager. And all the time, he sounds like the doggondest eager beaver you ever heard.
Maybe he'd make a super American.
That's what I thought.
It's time I tipped Mr. Hector anyway. He ought to be coming here to Finnsburg for a general look-see, and that's when he can meet Peterson.
You are listening to the case of the double-crossing defender on Counterspy. Today, over most NBC stations, Cary Grant and Betsy Drake star in the premiere of a delightful newcomer to your NBC Sunday lineup, Mr. and Mrs. Blandings. It's top listening for the entire family, with Mr. and Mrs. Blandings in their troublesome dream house. Sunday also means another broadcast of The Big Show, and today your hostess Tallulah presents Fred Allen, Judy Holliday, Vaughn Monroe, and many, many more. Now, back to Counterspy.
From Peters, assignment Finnsburg to David Harding, Washington. Chief cause of civil defense difficulty here, one Steve Crane, member of apparently patriotic group called Super America Incorporated. Mrs. Crane says Chief Super American Henry Harrison Hector of Baltimore arriving here soon. Advise.
Harding to Peters. Spot check of 11 civil defense groups shows similar activity by persons belonging to Super America Incorporated and flying to Finnsburg.
Excuse me, sir, Mr. David Harding?
Yes?
I'm from the Finnsburg Press, Mr. Harding. I've been assigned to interview you about your trip here.
Oh, well, I don't see any other reporters, Mr.
Peterson, Mr. Harding. I guess I'm the first man here. I had an inside tip that you might be on this plane. I wonder if we could just step away from the crowd here.
Of course.
Tell me, how long do you expect to stay in our city, Mr. Harding?
Long enough to survey the civil defense organizations here.
Chief, this fellow Henry Harrison Hector is arriving in Finnsburg in a couple of days. Did you learn anything about Super America Incorporated?
Well, it describes itself as a super patriotic organization, but its literature follows the Communist Party line like one snake after another.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how's that tie in with what you know of Crane and his wife?
There are a couple of smarties, Dave. Crane gets in his dirty work by seeming to be a real eager beaver. His wife has joined up, too. She does the same, but actually they discourage people. That seems to be the idea.
Probably following a national pattern.
Well, here come reporters from the other papers. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Harding, and lots of luck to you in your stay here.
I'll be at the Riverside Hotel, Peter.
Right.
Okay, Peterson. Tell your paper to get behind this campaign to step up civil defense. So long.
And here, Mr. Hector, here's a layout of the Civil Defense Control Center.
Very complete. Steve's work?
He's good at that sort of thing. He's down there tonight doing extra volunteer work, if you know what I mean.
These are the main phone lines?
The trunks run into the basement here. Main water valve there. Main power line here, and main switch next to it.
Radio room?
Second floor. Good setup, Steve says. Modern equipment. Big control board to keep in touch with radio hams in the city in case of attack.
Medical department? Aircraft spotting room?
Third floor. Phone communications with 100 observation posts in a big ring outside the city. And, here. Director's office. This man, Blair. We have a file on him and also his staff.
Good.
Liaison with police and fire departments, public health authorities, welfare and public information. Transportation here. Big garage, trucks, and so on.
A depressingly efficient setup, Della.
Sure. But what good is it? Unless the civil defense people themselves are really pepped up. And they're not. Your plan has been working beautifully.
And so I've heard from many other cities. It's lucky because actually these defense setups are good. If we can only keep the people so discouraged they don't use them to the fullest advantage.
That's where I thought this man Peterson might come in. We can always use new recruits.
Have you checked on him?
No, I haven't had the time. I hoped you might from Baltimore.
He's an unknown, Della. I think we better... Would that be...
I hope so. Put away that map.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mrs. Crane. I'm afraid I'm a few minutes late.
Hello. Come on in.
Thank you.
This is Harry Peterson, and this is Mr. Henry Harrison Hector, National Chairman of Super America Incorporated.
How do you do, sir?
Sit down, Mr. Peterson, and let's have a long, honest talk, shall we?
Mr. Harding, Peterson of the Finnsburg Press.
Oh, hello, Peterson.
Tonight I met the man, H.H.H.
Yes?
The scheme is to destroy civil defense morale. I gave him a lot of personal detail based on New York City, the same we've used before in similar cases.
Yes, I understand. I'll wire New York to back you up. If H.H.H. is on the level, he'll drop you because of your supposed record as a subversive. But if he's not on the level...
We'll see. I'll check you tomorrow. Good night.
Hello?
Chief, Peters. H.H.H. lost no time checking on me. It was 3 nights ago that I first met him. Tonight I had a call to meet him at the Crane's apartment.
Then he wants you in spite of your fake subversive record.
He may be our man.
Right. Well, I understand there's to be a test alert very soon. I hope we can run this down before that. Steve, as I understand your duties at the control center, you are a guard at the main entrance.
That's right, Mr. Hector.
And Della?
Volunteer assistant at the medical center.
And our friend Peterson?
Information Center, assistant to the director.
I've been thinking, and as super Americans, we must always think ahead of everyone else. An ordinary test alert is no test at all because everyone knows it's fake. Now, what if we make this a real alert? By spreading the alarm during the test that it's the real thing.
That's taking a chance, Mr. Hector.
At an appropriate moment, suddenly give a false report. Start shouting, it's the real thing, a real attack. You understand?
Run.
There'll be a panic.
People injured and killed, Mr. Hector.
Suppose it were the real thing. People would be killed, would they not? You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. Very well. That's all. Peterson, you leave first.
Okay. Good night, all. See you at the test, whenever it is.
I gather you got an okay report on Peterson, Mr. Hector?
Yes, from New York. He's going to be a valuable man.
I'll get it, Della.
No, never mind, Steve. Hello? Yes, Mr. Hector is right. Oh. Are you sure? Yes, I'll tell him. Thanks. Goodbye.
Huh?
That call's from New York, Mr. Hector. They checked further on Peterson. He's not all he said he was.
What?
He may be some kind of undercover agent. Oh, what a dumb mistake for us to make.
No regrets now. Steve.
Yeah?
During the test alert, see to it that Peterson is one of the people killed in the panic.
That ought to be easy. And when I... What the...
The lights are blinking.
Steve, that's the first signal for the alert. We've got 15 minutes to get to our post.
Then get going. And remember your orders.
Radio operators to your sectors in Disaster Area 4. Radio operators, Disaster Area 4. Medical Corps and ambulances to Medical Post 7 and 13. 7 and 13. Report to communications on arrival. Trucks for utilities repair. Trucks for utilities repair to the boundaries of Disaster Area 4. Turn off gas and power lines to prevent explosions. Reopen blocked sewers. Guides for injured and homeless. Stay in your vehicles till you reach rallying points. Guide injured and homeless to shelters 9, 11, and 17. 9, 11, and 17.
Everything going all right, Blair?
So far, yes, Mr. Harding, but... Oh, here's one of the men I was telling you about. The one that's always spreading discouragement.
Oh.
His name's Peterson.
Hello, Mr. Blair. Oh, Mr. Harding, can I speak to you, sir?
Yes?
I just came from meeting Hector, Chief. They're going to start a panic. That it's a real attack.
It's a real fifth column trick.
I'll get 17.
All right, I'll alert one of our squads outside.
Hey, listen, everybody! This is no fake attack, it's real!
That's Steve Crane following orders.
The first bomb hit the suburbs. There's nothing left of them. There's nothing we can do. Save yourselves! The next bomb will hit the middle of the city! Save yourselves!
No, wait, everybody. Stand by your posts. No matter what happens, stand by your posts.
Don't listen to that fool. Save yourselves.
Chief, that's Hector himself among the crowd.
Work your way near him, Peter.
Men, women, listen to this. This is Harding, United States Counterspy. Listen to Mr. Harding. Now, don't be panicked by a rumor. This is the time to prove you're well-disciplined. Don't let anyone leave this room or the building. All right, back to your post. Now, Mr. Blair, check your outpost. Right. Zone director to all spotters. Have any real bombs been dropped? Any real bombs? Not one, Mr. Harding. You see, it was a rumor, a deliberate rumor by fifth columnists trying to start a panic.
Crane was caught at the door, Mr. Harding, and here's the boss of the bunch, Henry Harrison Hector.
Well, the chief super-American himself.
Mr. Harding, you misunderstand our purpose. We wanted to make this a real test.
Well, that's too bad for you, Hector. One of your newest recruits is going to be the star witness against you and your organization. Take him away, Peters.
Come on, Hector.
Mr. Harding, I'm very grateful for your help. But are we past the danger?
As long as there's danger of war, Blair, there's the danger of fifth column. And the best protection against them is vigilance and courage. You've done it here. I know every American can do it.
Tonight's Counterspy program originated in New York, was directed by Marks B. Loeb, dramatized by Paul R. Milton, and featured Don McLaughlin and Mandel Kramer. Lionel Rico speaking. Counterspy is a Phillips H. Lord production.
Three chimes mean good times on NBC. In a moment, Cary Grant and Betsy Drake star in the premiere of a delightful newcomer to your NBC Sunday lineup, Mr. and Mrs. Blandings. It's top listening for the entire family with Mr. and Mrs. Blandings and their troublesome dream house. Sunday also means another one-hour production by Theater Guild on the Air. It's the delightful comedy The Fortune Hunter, starring Gene Crane and John Lund. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.